What's going on, everybody? This is Catfish on Ice with your hosts, Chad Minton and Rich Howe, episode 206.
What
What's
up?
up? What up?
What's
It's
up?
the Frozen Frenzy
Oh my
episode,
gosh.
right?
There's just so much going on. Like I don't know what to watch.
Can you handle it, Rich?
I
Can you
can't handle it. I'm struggling.
Yeah, I see
mean,
you over there. I see you over there scrolling on your phone right now.
I got the Preds game on the laptop, Bruins game on the monitor, my phone. I'm just all over the place.
Dude, I'm filming in my kitchen right now. That's where I'm at
know.
with it.
I know it's crazy.
I literally draped
crazy.
I draped a Preds jersey over my microwave over here. You see this, Rich?
I do see that. And you got your Catfish on Ice shirt up in the background.
Yeah, man. I mean, the kitchen doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Normally, hey,
it's just
let me tell you
another
all
room.
everything. Normally the kitchen is for food, but tonight it's for Predators hockey.
That's right.
And so I got a Predators jersey draped over my microwave if you're watching on YouTube right now.
Yep.
And I got a Catfish on Ice t-shirt draped over
corner.
my cabinets. Over my cabinets.
Yep.
That's how much Predators hockey means to this podcast, right?
Absolutely.
Here.
All right.
All right. So welcome in, everybody. It's our first live episode in a couple weeks. We're very, very happy to do it. It's a perfect night. It's a Tuesday night. Yep. The Predators are buzzing right now.
Yes, sir.
They've put together a couple really impressive wins. The offense is buzzing, but they're up against a really, really sneaky good opponent tonight in the Vancouver Canucks.
Yes.
So I feel like we've done a watch. Rich, remind me. I think we've done a watch-along episode before against the Canucks, and it ended really badly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was one of those ones where like, oh, you got to win this, and they did not win this.
We have to change the mojo tonight, man. I feel worried about tonight.
Yeah, I was a little worried after the beating that the Oilers gave them. I was a little concerned that they were trending in the wrong direction, but they've definitely picked things up, which it's fun to watch, man. It's so fun to watch. I enjoy it a lot.
So
the most fun it's been in several years.
What scares me about tonight, man, is Elias Pettersson and, of course, Brock Besser. Brock Besser's got six goals.
Yep.
To open this season. I mean, this team is very potent with scoring ability.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put it across the bottom of the screen here. The season stats. I know it's early. I know that we're only like 5 or 6 games into the season. I get it. But the Canucks are very much a wild card team, much like the Predators are. And so this is a very interesting matchup early in the season for us tonight. And we're doing our first live watch along of the season. So what's better during Frozen Frenzy?
That's right. It's crazy that all 32 teams are playing tonight. It's amazing.
And
I
so
they've never done that before.
So it's the second time in NHL history they shared that.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Second time in NHL history. And so preparing for this episode tonight, I started to build some of my biggest storylines for each matchup, Rich.
Oh, awesome.
And so we'll hit them tit for tat quickly. I know some of them are already deep into so I know the first matchup started at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central time. A lot of our listeners are in Tennessee Central time. So it started earlier in the evening.
Yep.
But let me just start with this. And we're also going to do this live watch along, Preds versus the Canucks. We're going to talk about early season surprises for this Predators team. And also, we're going to start a new project that I started this past week. We built our top 2 Predators lineups of all time.
Yep. I got one.
And we're going to put them against each other. Lines 1 through 4 defensive pairings 1 through 3, and the goaltenders. Oh, the Stars just scored against the Flyers. Frozen Frenzy.
Oh, there you go.
Or not the Flyers, the Penguins. I'm sorry. Another Pennsylvania team.
The Pangolins.
Yeah. So it looks like the Stars just took the lead over the Penguins.
Go Stars.
The Stars look like they're legit, as we could expect. Yeah. So there you go. So we're watching the Frozen Frenzy along with all of you tonight in this 32-team extravaganza. Waiting for the Predators to drop the puck, and they have actually.
Have they?
Right. It looks like they have, yeah.
Oh. I thought it hadn't started yet. Okay.
They've dropped the puck. We're underway here.
Wow.
It's episode 206 of Catfish on Ice. Live watch along edition. Oh. These are
no, that's a replay. That's the Luke
replays.
Evangelista. They haven't started. I thought they did too. I was like, what is happening?
False alarm. That is so wrong.
Oh no. Yeah. I was like, what's going on?
I really thought that Evangelista because
did the exact same thing.
The Sharks and the Canucks have very similar colors.
They do, especially that angle we were just seeing right there. It was like
all right,
far away.
Let's settle down, everybody. All right, still pregame. All right, still pregame. So anyway, Stars are up 2-1. It looks like on the Penguins. Frozen Frenzy. Let's see here. Canucks or let's see, Blackhawks and Bruins. That's a good matchup there. That's interesting. 0-0 right now. Connor Bedard mania.
Yeah. Who's that? I've never heard that name mentioned.
Never heard that guy.
500 times a day.
So let me go through some of my top storylines for each matchup in the Frozen Frenzy before the Predators drop the puck. And Rich, I want to get your thoughts when I say each one. Let's start with, we're going to go in chronological order here.
Okay.
The first puck drop of the Frozen Frenzy was the Capitals versus the Maple Leafs.
I watched it.
You watched it. All right. So my storyline is obviously Alex Ovechkin chasing the great one, and he is goalless. He hasn't not scored a goal yet in this season currently. And he had a penalty shot try and got denied in this game.
Yep. But he did get the goal.
He did get a goal eventually.
He's the one. Yeah, it was a power play goal. His 300th, actually.
Number 300 for Ovi.
I think I'm feeling that Gretzky's going to be holding on to the title because I think he had to score like 70, well, now 71 to overtake the lead. And, man, I don't know. He looks like he's lost a step, but
I think it depends on how much he wants to play. How long does he want to play for?
How
bad does he want the record? Is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he hasn't scored a goal until tonight, and he shot a whole bunch. So I don't know.
The Capitals are kind of in a rebuild mode this year. They're not the same Capitals that we've known. They're not as loaded, but I think that it's all about how long does Ovechkin want to play for if he wants to really break the record. So
yeah, I mean, 72 is a lot, and if you've lost a step or two, it just makes it really, really hard. Like he'd have to score like 40 this year and 30 next year. Not saying he can't do it, but man, it just seems like and it's unattainable at this point. But who knows? It's a long season. He might start scoring hat tricks.
Let's move on to the next scheduled matchup, which NHL is going to NHL, right? So the next scheduled matchup was the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Anaheim Ducks, right? Well,
yeah.
The last time I checked, they haven't dropped the puck yet, have they?
It is a minute left in the first. That's weird.
So Frank Saravelli originally said that it sounds like the Blue Jackets and Ducks are aiming for an 8:30 p.m. Eastern time puck drop.
So that makes sense. Yep.
They were originally scheduled for 6:30, so they were the next team up in the Frozen Frenzy. But there was a power outage.
Yep.
Affecting Nationwide Arena in Columbus. So, yeah, kind of threw things off a little bit on this whole staggered scheduling thing, right?
Yeah.
But my original storyline from this matchup was Patrick Laine is placed on IR for the Blue Jackets. That's a tough call for them. I
saw that. Yeah. Apparently he got nailed pretty good.
Yeah. The Blue Jackets are one of those teams that are they've got one of the best prospect systems in the league right now. And no one's expecting them to do anything crazy this year. But if they can develop their talent properly with the prospects they have in their system, they're going to be pretty good in a couple years. So that's kind of like what you watch for with the Blue Jackets. When it comes to the Ducks right now, they're a little further along in their rebuild, but they've started off pretty bad so far this season.
Yeah, they have not been good at all. Connor Bedard just scored on Jeremy Swayman, so Blackhawks are up 1-0.
Oh shit!
The place is going nuts.
Look, all right, we're doing this Frozen Frenzy rapid reaction. I've got the 4 screens. I'm watching here. Let's see the goal here.
Top shelf.
I mean, the dude is legit. He's legit. I mean, I know people are really sick of hearing about him. I get it. I get it. But he is generational. All right. He is.
Uh-oh. Boston's challenging it.
Okay.
But I don't know what for. I'm assuming offsides.
All right.
Because it was he cleanly beat Swayman. But it was a pretty goal.
Let's get caught up on some comments here. We got some comments from Shashkatooth Tiger.
I'm always going to love that.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Have I missed something, or are we just not getting a special 25th anniversary jersey?
I think the one that they have with the little patch on it is probably about it.
We had the reverse retros, which were great, and the outdoor jerseys, which were not. They've kind of grown on me a little bit.
I actually saw somebody wearing one at a game the other night on TV. I like them. I think they're pretty cool, but that's just me. I have one. It doesn't have any numbers on it, but I do have one.
But we haven't had a steady third for 12 years? That's a good point.
Oh yeah, the old
navy blue,
navy one. Man, that one's gorgeous.
All right, there you go. And then Mike Twitter jumps in. Watch along. We haven't done a watch along. It's our first watch along of the year.
No.
A lot of caffeine is going on right now. This is after 9 o'clock Eastern time. Me and Rich both are in the Eastern time zone.
We are.
But let's see. The Capitals let's see. We're doing they're doing some highlights right now. Buffalo Sabres are whipping the Senators 5-2 right now in the third period.
I'm all right with that.
So let me share you with that.
5-2.
Let me give you my storyline on that. So I told you, Rich, I have a storyline for each matchup, right? So Buffalo, Ottawa, 2 Eastern Conference teams who are on the cusp of being legit contenders. And so that I found that to be a kind of an interesting matchup, Buffalo and Ottawa. Everyone's waiting on Buffalo to kind of take the next step forward. Avs and Islanders are tied 2-2 right now. Blackhawks just took the lead over the Bruins 1-0.
No goal.
It's being challenged, right? Yeah. So,
no goal.
So again, to update everybody, Frozen Frenzy, ESPN's doing it. It's like a red zone style. Let's see. Let's wait for the call here from the officials on this Blackhawks goal. No goal.
No goal. Offsides.
Wipe it away. Connor Bedard does not get that goal.
He was just a tad bit offsides.
Maybe it's not fixed after all.
Might not be. Well, you gotta let them. They gotta take some stuff away every once in a while to make it seem legit.
Yeah.
So
We're still waiting for the Predators puck drop against the Canucks.
yeah,
They're one of the later puck drops of this night. So if we put up we'll be right back, folks. Graphic tonight. Do not put it right there.
Oh.
If you see that right there, that means that we're taking a potty break.
Yeah,
because that's what happens in a watch along. But we're waiting for the watch along right now. Preds and Canucks, big game. Brock Besser putting up the goals.
Mm-hmm.
The Predators. Let's talk about this, Rich. The Predators have really found their offense lately. We're going to put it on the screen here at the bottom as we prepare. Let's put the stats on the bottom of the screen there. Predators, Canucks season stats. I know it's early. Goals per game, Nashville 18th, Vancouver 6th. So let's talk about the offense here a little bit. The Predators have really found their groove, Rich, over the last two games against the Rangers, against the Sharks. I know a much lesser opponent, the Sharks. But,
still counts.
Rich, kind of tell me what you're seeing from the team. Do you think they're really starting to figure out this system that we've all been talking about? Is that what's going on right now?
I think they are, because you watch that Rangers game, man, and they just looked unstoppable. And Rangers are a tough team. So, yeah, I mean, they're finally clicking. And the Forsberg, O'Reilly, Parsonen line looks really good. Forsberg finally got a goal, and it was quite a nasty shot.
That was
so.
Can I say something real quick before you go?
Absolutely.
That Forsberg goal it really teases you, is what it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you see the potential. And Rich, and everyone who listens to this podcast knows that we talk about this all the time, the potential of Philip Forsberg. And then you see a goal like that, a Connor McDavid style goal.
Oh yeah.
Am I being over dramatic there, Rich?
No, it was. I mean, NHL featured it on Twitter the day after the goal. So yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. It was a good shot.
He literally skated into the zone, lost his footing, managed to keep control of the puck, skated into a spot on the ice where he can find a good shot, and did something he is not known for doing.
No.
He is not known for doing a slap shot. No, that is not Philip Forsberg.
Nope.
And he blasted it past Shesterkin.
Yeah, it was great. It was good to see. Hopefully that'll be the start of something good for him, get him going.
And then we watched the Sharks game, and the Sharks game was the prototypical protege trap game, if you will. I was super worried about that matchup, actually. I was worried that they were going to sleepwalk into that game because that's what this team has done for years and years. I got a refresher from that game. I really got a refresher from what Andrew Brunette is doing for this team right now.
Yeah, and it was exciting. And, we have been bit by them in the past. They'd come in to a game like that and not play up to their potential, but they looked really good, and they're starting to click. And it's so fun to watch, but you still do have a little bit of that trepidation, like, oh, they're gonna go back to their old ways. But so far so good. I mean,
so the way that game started against San Jose is it started off choppy. San Jose wanted to muck up the neutral zone. They wanted to make it ugly, and that's exactly what happened. And what the Predators did a really good job of was staying true to their system and plugging along and waiting for their chances, wearing down the opposition, and they baited San Jose into a lot of penalties. And then we cannot go any further with this discussion without bringing up Sammy Fagemo, who
so good.
The potential of this dude on the power play.
Yeah.
I know it's one game. I've already gotten some blowback on X, I got some blowback on it, like saying like pump the brakes. I get it. You're right. I do need to pump the brakes. I'm not saying that. But I was literally beating the drum saying, why is this dude not in the lineup? And I get it. He had to learn the system. I get it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But he gets in the lineup. This dude's shot is so lethal.
Amen. That was a pretty shot.
Find him space. He should have had 2 goals. He should have had 2.
Yep.
He should have had 2. He got loose and the puck skipped on him right in on Mackenzie Blackwood, who was in net for San Jose. And I get it was against San Jose. Let's see what happens tonight. I haven't seen the lines yet. Have you? I didn't.
I have not seen them. Usually they're out by now, but I have not paid attention.
Well, I'm sure they're out by now. We'll look them up. But what I'm saying is, I'm glad he's in the lineup now. He needs to be in the lineup. I get that it's early. He's played 14 games in his NHL career. I get it. But you can't teach stuff like that. The shot that he has, you can't teach that. So we have the lineups here from Emma Lingen, official Preds reporter Emma Lingen, who puts the lines out there before every game. She does an outstanding job. We appreciate her putting all the great coverage on the Preds. So here's your top line doesn't change. It's Forsberg, O'Reilly, Parsonen, Nyquist, Sissons, Fagemo. Fagemo is on the second line, Rick.
They must know something. It's awesome.
Let's see. Mike Twitter is giving us some good updates on the Frozen Frenzy. He tells us it's 2-1 right now. San Jose and Florida. Panthers leading. All right. So there you have it with that.
Oh, Sharks.
The poor Sharks. They're fighting.
Oh, man. How would you like to be Hurdle on that team?
Yeah.
Tomas
so
Hurdle.
I want to talk about that game. I want to talk about something from that game, Rich. You watched that whole game, right?
I did.
I want to figure out what was Mackenzie Blackwood doing when he played keep away from Evangelista to take the delay of game penalty.
I have no idea. I could not figure that out either.
That was
so weird.
It was such a bizarre sequence of events. Like I
didn't get that.
He was like holding it up, like, "Hey, come and get it, yeah. Bro. I dare you to get it."
He's probably mad.
He was
guys get all mad and full of rage, and they just can't think straight anymore.
I mean, poor Mackenzie Blackwood took like 51 shots against the Avalanche, and the Sharks had every chance of winning that game to open the season. We know how that goes against the Avs, but he was like playing keep away against Evangelista, and
that was
Evangelista's like, "Give me the puck, dude!" And like he was like advocating, like this is a penalty, and then it got called.
It was very strange. I did not understand that at all.
And then Blackwood was very busy in that game against the Predators. And then what about the play where Yossi came crashing into the crease, and it wasn't a malicious play at all, but he came crashing in, and Blackwood went like backwards down, like laying back down, face up.
I thought he was hurt. Actually,
I thought he was too. And they checked on him, and it was fine. But Blackwood was a very busy goaltender in that game.
Yeah, he was. It definitely was. It almost made you feel a little bit sorry for him, but not really.
A little bit.
Not much.
A little bit. So we have the puck dropped.
There it is.
Here in Nashville against the Canucks. So we will be watching along here. We will be watching along. Tomasino, once again, is a healthy scratch.
Man, you might not ever see him again.
Ooh. Yeah, we got to talk about that a little bit, too, throughout the broadcast.
I don't know.
Luke Shen is on IR for probably the next 3 to 6 weeks, probably.
Yep.
So Glass is a much shorter injury, hopefully. But that paves the way for Fagemo. But I'm telling you right now, and this is just me theorizing right now. I'm not saying this is true, but just what I see from it is that Tomasino being healthy scratched right now is to pave way for Fagemo. It has nothing to do with Cody Glass being hurt.
Yeah, and also they picked up Liam Foodie as well.
Yeah.
So what's that? Well, I mean, where's that fit in? So it's, man, I don't know. Barry Trotz just will pull a trigger and not like. It's just, it is what it is. I mean, that's just how it's
we already know. First of all, I got to talk about that a little bit, but we already know that the Predators have an abundance of centers right now that they can turn to.
Mm-hmm.
They're already putting Parsonen on the wing who can play center, which I don't want to break that up. That top line is buzzing. Do not mess with the Parsonen, O'Reilly, Forsberg top line.
Please. Please don't.
They won't.
Yeah.
How nice is it to finally have a top line that we know we can trust each game? Like, we don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
We know that's going to be the top line. But when it comes to Cody Glass being out now, all that does is move Tommy Novak to center, who can play wing, but he's a center. He's better as a center. And then you have Colton Sissons, who is your second-line center tonight against the Canucks.
Yep.
And then you've got Michael McCarron, who has completely inserted himself into the lineup after making his season debut against the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
See, your bottom line of Yakov Trenin, Michael McCarron, and Cole Smith, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. That's a good big body line for sure. Yeah, I enjoy that as well. I didn't think we'd see him this year, but here he is.
He's a hard worker. He is a hard worker. I will tell you. He is a hard worker. He busts his butt to get in the lineup, and you have to respect that. He's a good fourth line player. You cannot argue that at all.
Yeah, and then Cole Smith, he almost got a hat trick the other night. I mean, who would ever thought that? Maybe Facebook will leave him alone now for a little bit.
So we're 3 minutes into the game now. Canucks and Preds at 0-0. Following the frozen frenzy right now, Blackhawks and Bruins are still 0-0 as well.
Into the first.
A lot going on right now.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all of it, if I'm being honest.
And the NHL app completely is horrible.
It is horrible.
We should be used to it. So let's talk about our final scores tonight so far through the frozen frenzy of 32 teams, all 32 teams playing in one night. The Maple Leafs beat the Capitals 4-1. You want to hear this, Rich?
That was a beating.
The Capitals had 37 shots on goal. The Maple Leafs had 17. But the Maple Leafs won 4-1. That's bad. That sucks.
Austin Matthews had a really nice goal.
Yes. Very, very late in the game, it looks like the Sabres are going to beat the Senators, but the Senators have an empty net and a power play, so they have a 6-on-4. We're waiting to see if that's on. It's not on my Frozen Frenzy simulcast right now. What are you doing, ESPN? Maybe it's a timeout. We'll see.
Besides making your app suck.
But what I'm seeing right now is Sabres beating the Senators 5-4 with 22 seconds left. Maybe it was a timeout. We'll see if it pops up here. I got four boxes in front of me. Plus, I'm watching the Predators right now. So I got a lot going on, guys. All right. So give me a break. Give me a break.
Predators and the Bruins.
Let's get caught up on some comments here. We have a lot of comments here.
Oh, I know.
Oh, we got Johnny. Our good buddy Johnny is in. He says, "What's up, Chad and Rich?" Oh, we're trying to keep up with all this hockey, Johnny.
It's tough.
What we're trying to do.
So tough. So much going on.
but you know what? It could be worse. Redemption, which is Johnny, says Broadway Cole, as my video was called Thursday.
Yep.
Broadway Cole. That's good.
Hey, man.
I like that.
Give him some props.
Oh, and Johnny also brings up, there's a lot of sports going on tonight. So the NBA starts their season tonight, and we have Game 7 MLB playoffs going on right now. So Redemption, Johnny says, Game 7 for my D-backs right now, so I'm going to be exhausted by tonight.
Vancouver just scored.
What happened?
Sit down, Vancouver fan.
I'm a little behind here.
In Nashville. Let's see.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
nothing.
Breakaway.
Nothing. Well, sort of, I guess.
Saros has to have that.
Yeah, he should definitely have that.
Yeah, that's a weird. I mean, there was a lapse in the defense a little bit, but I feel like that's a puck Saros could have.
Yeah, I do too. Oh well.
Let's see. I'm watching the replay right now. The puck spit out. That's good passing. The defensive structure was a little off too, though, for the Preds. That's way out there.
Yeah.
Saros has to have that.
Yeah. Unless he was blocked or something, but it didn't look like it.
He wasn't. He
looked
wasn't.
like he had a good view.
That was a very, very far out shot for Saros to not stop.
Yeah.
He normally snags that with the glove.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Predators are down 1-0 here. It's very early in the game, though.
It is. It's fine.
We're not even 5 minutes in.
2 shots to 1. They're batting 1,000 so far.
Saros got his 1 week goal out of the way. That he's human. He's allowed to give those up.
He didn't watch his commercial before the game, I guess. No goals.
Yeah, that was there you go.
Gold.
Mike Twitter says, "Yup, gross." Yeah, it was gross. It happens though. A lot of time left, and one thing we know about this Predators team is they do have an offense now that can come back from things like this. So we'll see what happens here.
Come on, boys. Yep, we'll see.
We will see. So, Rich, I was going to tell you about this. So Barry Trotz is out here like claiming all these players on waivers. He's not afraid. He went out and got Fagemo.
I saw your tweet today.
And so for all the – first of all, full disclosure, I am a OG Simpsons fanatic. Seasons 1 through 10, I can pretty much quote for you. And I live in Florida now. And so all I can think about is Trotz looking at the waiver wire every day and seeing a player that fits Andrew Burnett's system and thinking, I like that. I like that. And it might only be 5 people listening right now out of all the downloads we get who know what I'm talking about, but I don't care. For the Simpsons fanatics out there, there's a Simpsons episode where they go to vacation in Florida, where I live now, because Homer has insomnia. They take him down there. They run over an alligator and kill the alligator, so they go on the run as fugitives. They hide out in some lady's trailer, and she likes everybody. She takes in fugitives. She likes it, and she just tells everybody, I like that. I like that. I like that. That's Trotz. Barry Trotz likes everything. If it can help Barry Trotz's system, I like that.
Hey, it's good to see, really, if you think about it, because it just doesn't happen. It hadn't happened very often. And I think you had a tweet about the last time it happened. Who was it that he picked up?
Fagemo?
No, I'm Poyle.
Lucas Spiza.
Yeah, right.
That was the last.
That was the
waiver
last
wire pickup. Lucas Spiza.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't work out too well, did it?
No. One game. One game.
Not
even a full game.
So, Frozen Frenzy Bruins and Blackhawks are 0-0 at the first intermission right now. Predators are down 1-0 to the Canucks. A lot of time left. Let's not freak out. Sabres final score, they beat the Senators 6-4. High scoring game. How about the Lightning, Rich?
I saw that. 3-0.
They're 3-0 over the Hurricanes. I watched a good chunk of that game before we went live, and they were putting it on the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are kind of a really early season disappointment right now.
Surprisingly.
And my storyline, so I was telling you earlier, I had a storyline for each matchup tonight. My storyline for that game was reason to worry for the Hurricanes. And that was before this game.
Mm-hmm.
That was before they lost this game.
Yeah.
So now even more reason to maybe worry about the Hurricanes, who are now, let's see, what are they, 3-4 now after this game?
Yeah, I'm not seeing. They don't have the.
Let's see.
Maybe 32 shots on goal for them, 23 for Tampa.
I mean, Tampa is one of those teams that I try to tell people that people are sleeping on Tampa a little bit. They're not as bad as people think they're going to be this year. Let's see. Carolina is, I don't know if they've updated the standings yet. It says 3-3-0. I think they're 3-4 now.
That would make it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they've updated the standings yet.
Game's not as, it's got like 15 seconds left, so they have.
Yeah. So they're going to be 3-4 on the year. So that's considering that a lot of people have the Hurricanes as one of their Stanley Cup teams, 3-4 start is a pretty bad start. And then when you talk about the Lightning, I was at that season opener against the Predators. The Predators had every opportunity to win that game. Yep. They were up 2-1 in that third period, and then everything just completely shattered in front of them with penalties. And and a penalty shot goal. Which they also doomed them against the Bruins.
Which was ridiculous.
Exactly.
Both of them were ridiculous.
Yes. So when you look at the Predators right now, they're down 1-0, a lot of time left. Let's see, 12 and a half minutes left in the first period for this watch-along against the Canucks. They are down 1-0 right now, but a lot of time left, so we'll keep watching it here. So, Rich, early season surprises for the Predators. Let's go ahead and start with the obvious choice of Sammy Fagemo.
That's the one I would pick so far.
I think that it's really rectifying the ineptitude of giving up Ellie Tolvanen on waivers.
Oh, the old E word. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you have to bring it up.
I think you're right. Yeah. Trotz, man, he's got the eye. I mean, it seems like he's got the eye. He's very smart. He's definitely knows what he's doing, and he is willing to pull the trigger, which we haven't seen that in a while, which I've said before. So it's exciting. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I love it. I love that they picked him up. He seems to fit in well. So it's exciting. Hopefully Foodie will do good like that as well. Liam.
Let's see. We get a comment here. Lightning still 3-0 from Emma. Thank you so much for updating us on that. And let's see. And we're also getting updates here from Nikki. Nikki says howdy.
Howdy.
She's the Stars fan, and her Stars are, let's see, what's the score? Is the score so tiny?
Canadian Stars fan.
The Stars are playing the Penguins right now, and I think they're up 2-1, aren't they?
Nikki likes all things Texas, I think.
All things. Well, her Texas Rangers are in the World Series right now, so she has a lot of reasons to be happy. Yeah, the Stars are up 2-1 right now. 15:40 left in the third period, up on the Penguins. Oh, the Penguins are going through a rough time too right now, much like the Capitals.
Yeah.
I think their time is run out. Both those franchises.
I think the door is definitely closing on Pittsburgh. You had a good run, Pittsburgh, but I don't know. I mean,
we have a Preds penalty right now. It looks like. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, it looks like no, it's the Canucks. Too many men.
Yeah. Yep.
Too many men for the Canucks. Let's take advantage of it. It's still very early in this game, everybody. Let's not freak out here. The Preds are down 1-0 to the Canucks, but let's see what happens with this power play for the Preds. And does anybody want?
Mike Twitter said the door can't close fast enough on the Penguins.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So we have a power play here. Let's see if Fagemo can get in on the mix again here as we're talking about early season surprises for the Predators. The power play has really rebounded lately, Rich, when it comes to getting better with Forsberg out there. Last 3 games being shared right now by the Ballion Sports South broadcast, 5 for 12 lately. 5 for the last 12, the Preds power play.
I got another one.
Shared from Valley Sports South. Let's see. So we got Tyson Berry quarterbacking the power play here.
Forsberg just tried to snap one.
Yep.
Dang, they cleared. It's all right.
So in these watch-alongs, you'll realize that Rich is always ahead of me.
A little bit, not much.
You're way ahead of me.
Really?
What's going on in Kentucky? What's going on in Kentucky right now?
There's 40 seconds left in the power play.
You're literally 20 seconds ahead of me right now, Rich.
Oh, wow.
It's not fair. You're gonna have to broadcast this for us then.
Last time it was usually it's me.
You're gonna have to lead the charge here, man. You're way ahead of me.
Where's they put these scores at the Avalanche are leading the Islanders. Ryan Johansson got a goal tonight.
Oh, good for him.
He's got 3 so far this year.
So I mean the Avalanche are trying to get to 6-0.
Yeah. Yep.
You've got the Avs and the Golden Knights both undefeated right now.
And the Bruins.
And the Bruins.
The Bruins are 5-0.
Kraken and Red Wings are tied 1-1 right now in the second period. Blue Jackets beating the Ducks 1-0.
Somebody drilled Trevor Zegras the other night. I can't remember who it was. Dang, I wish I could remember who it was.
Well, how about the all right, the Nashville power play is winding down here. Let's see.
Yeah, it's
trying to set up the I forgot you're 20 seconds ahead of me. Not fair.
I know.
The passing has been really good for the Predators power play lately, but I think they've been a little bit too unselfish lately.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that last game.
Like, take the shot. Like, if the shot's there for you, take it, you know?
I noticed that last game, too. There was one situation where they were, like, pretty close to the net, and they just kept passing it back and forth, and I don't even think they got a shot off. The net almost came off.
I feel like the Canucks and the Predators could be 2 teams that are going to be right there on that playoff bubble.
They could be, yeah.
So this is like an early season test of 2 teams that people really don't know what to say about them. You know, it's like, yeah, you're not horrible. Like, you're not the worst team in the conference, but you're not Dallas. You're not Vegas. You're not Colorado, but you're not horrible. I feel like I feel like this is a matchup of those 2 teams, you know, kind of stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Come on, boys, just get one.
Rich, I'm gonna need a bang from you.
I know, that would be awesome.
You're just gonna have to shout it out. All right, so the Stars have widened their lead. They're up 3-1 on the Penguins. So I mean, the Stars have an overtime loss, and that's it. So the
How's
Stars have held serve.
how's Matt Duchene been doing? I haven't kept up with him.
I think he's finding his place there.
That's
you know?
awesome.
I mean, I think that's really what it comes down to, is just he's part of a bigger picture. You know, he doesn't have to be the main piece. He has an assist tonight against the Penguins, and I think that's his first point as a Dallas Star.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has zero points through the first 4 games.
Someone named T. Harley scored for Dallas. I'm not even sure who that is.
Let's catch up on the comments here. We got some comments coming in rapidly. A lot of people watching right now. We appreciate you. Nikki says Duchene is scoring all the time in shootouts.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yep. Matt Duchene is a shootout assassin.
He is. He's really good at that.
He really is.
Sorry,
I really want to know if anyone. I really want to know if anyone caught my Simpsons reference.
I remember when the Simpsons came out.
Guys, I am like a Simpsons fanatic. I had seasons 1 through like 8 on DVD. Back when they used to put DVDs out for seasons, TV series. I am a Simpsons fanatic, only up to season 10. After season 10, The Simpsons is like unwatchable. But the satire of The Simpsons, seasons 1 through 10, cannot be stopped. And I'm telling you, Barry Trotz reminds me of that woman in that Simpsons episode. If he sees something he likes, he just says, I like it. I like it.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens here. We'll see. I mean, Saros just made a really, really good save here. Canucks, really, really good pad save here. He had good positioning. You got to tread water a little bit here. You're down 1-0. Oh, there's a lot of game left.
A lot of game. Johnny says, Chad and Rich, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a strange feeling that Ryan Johansson is going to try to get the slow-mo shootout move on Saros this year.
Ooh. I think Saros will read that and stop it.
I hope so.
If it comes down to a Johansson versus Saros shootout goal,
yep,
it would be wise for Johansson to not use that move.
Yeah, not on Saros.
Think rock, paper, scissors. If you play rock, paper, scissors against somebody, and that person knows what you like to use, let's say that person knows you like to go with rock most of the time, you're going to switch it up, man. If you're Johansson, you're going to switch it up, and you're going to go paper or scissors this time, and you're going to try to fool Saros. Don't go slow-mo against Saros. He's going to see that. He's going to see it.
Yep. Did you see Liz? She's in our fantasy hockey group. I was raised on The Simpsons, no joke. Was watching it from like age 5 on.
Cheers to you, Liz. Right here with you. All right.
Do you remember? Have you ever seen the first ever Simpsons, like the little short? Have you ever seen that? Do you know what it was on? Remember the show it was on?
It was on the
starts with a T.
Tracy Ullman show.
There, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember seeing that. It was so crudely drawn. Like, it looks so weird to watch it. But it's good.
Let's see what happens here. Rich, you're ahead of me. We get a goal?
We got a goal.
Did we really?
We did.
Give me a bang.
There it is.
God, I'm so far behind on my stream.
1-1. Look at there.
That's that Florida talk for you. Oh, a turnover. Sissons.
Dude.
Hey, we were talking early season surprises, and we get Colton Sissons' goal.
Man. I don't know. He's got like a fire lit under him this season. He is playing so well, and it's so awesome to see. He is flourishing.
That was a horrible turnover by the Canucks, though.
That's all right.
That dude's got a great shot. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that wrister. Look at that wrister.
Yep.
Top shelf.
Yep.
That was a really, really bad turnover by the Canucks, though, but we'll take it. Sissons' 4th goal of the season. He's tied for the team lead now with Tommy Novak. Yeah, we were talking about early season surprises, Rich. We were getting into it before that Colt Sissons goal. As we continue to watch these NHL Frozen Frenzy updates here, Boston and Chicago still tied 0-0. What a game there. Mad respect to Chicago. I hate to say that, but they're going toe-to-toe with Boston right now. So good for them. Yeah, breaking news.
What?
Dallas is still beating Pittsburgh 3-1 going on right now. And then we got a 1-1 game with Canucks and Predators after a Sissons goal, his 4th of the year. And they're pressing. The Preds have zone time right now.
Yeah. See, if this was last year, we'd be like, well, that's it. They're down 1-0. Game over.
Yeah. I mean, this
but
team
not
presses.
Anymore. We have a little bit of life. It's good.
Yeah.
Man, can you see Saros just like score a goal again?
I need all the listeners to realize that Rich is ahead of me in the broadcast by 20 seconds. So if I react to something and he doesn't say anything, that means he's already seen it.
Yep.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Well, it used to be you were ahead of me.
That I guess Kentucky is more important than Kentucky's more important than Florida.
No. When you lived in Nashville, you were always like 30 seconds ahead of me.
I'm not in Nashville anymore, man. I've gotten cast aside. All right, so what my broadcast, we're less than 3 minutes left in the first period. It's a 1-1 game. Yeah. Shots are even. Preds are starting to settle down a little bit in this game. That always happens. When you open a game, there's always going to be mistakes. That was a really bad, horrible turnover by the Canucks. And the Predators made them pay. And it was nice to see Sissons make them pay.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a beautiful shot. It was a veteran shot. I think people forget, and we're on episode 206 of this podcast, all right? So you can go way back in the archive and know and understand my love for Colton Sissons. He is literally one of my favorite players on this team of all time.
Yep.
And it's not even because he's a flashy player or because any of that. It's because he is such a hardworking, pick up my lunch pail, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to clock in, and I'm going to do the job at hand today. That's Colton Sissons.
Yeah, he's hardworking, and he does anything. Like, he's a utility player. Like, he's really good at that.
He wins face-offs. He blocks shots. He does the thankless things, the things that people don't notice all the time. And he can still flash offense. I mean, he's got wheels, even at his age now, late 20s. I think he's coming up on 30 years old. He still can showcase his offense as well. And I didn't see this coming in the offseason, Rich. I did not see this coming that Colt Sissons was going to get top 6 center duties. I know Cody Glass is out right now with an injury, but even before the Cody Glass injury, Sissons was getting top 6 minutes as a winger. In the game that Cody Glass went down, Colt Sissons was a winger in the top 6.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we had him pegged at like third
or fourth line
center, third or fourth line center. Bruins just scored. Awesome.
It goes to show you the creativity that Andrew Brunette has with this lineup right now.
Yeah, it's massive turnaround. I mean, it's
a lot of creativity going on right now. A lot of creativity, a lot of thinking. And then let's see, the Devils just scored as well to widen their lead over the Montreal Canadiens. So the Devils are whooping the Canadiens. And then, as Rich just updated us on this Frozen Frenzy, the Bruins just took the lead 1-0
Wow.
on the Blackhawks.
Wow.
So
What a
that's your
shot.
update
Too.
right now. Yeah, good shot.
Pavel Zacha.
Way out there by the blue line.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of traffic. Hard puck to stop for the Chicago goaltender.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chicago's 2-4 right now, but I will say that even in their 4 losses, Chicago has not been a pushover. I'll give them that.
No, I think the days of them being a pushover are over.
They're definitely not a pushover. You can't just go off their record necessarily.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not.
So there you have it. There, Dallas is going to beat Pittsburgh. It looks like Toronto beat Washington 4-1. Buffalo beat Ottawa 6-4. Tampa made a big statement by beating Carolina 3-0. To shut out Carolina, that's a big statement.
It is. Absolutely it is. Nick Paul got a goal for Tampa. That dude, man, he's turned out to be a really good player for them.
Hey, he burned the Predators in that game I was at.
Yes, he did. Absolutely, he did.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Let's get through these updates real quick, and then we're going to tell you about DraftKings and our sponsor. And we're almost an hour into our Frozen Frenzy watch-along episode. Predators and the Canucks are at their first intermission. Let's get you through these updates here again. Panthers are beating the Sharks 2-1 midway through the third period. Those poor Sharks. I feel bad for them.
Me too. I feel bad for they've got like 2 guys, Hurdle, and there's another one. I can't think who it is.
You can't think of them.
I can't think who it is, but they've been there forever.
The goalie?
No.
All right. Lebak.
Vlasic?
Well, they got Lebak.
I can't remember.
Anyway, who wants to be traded?
Both of those dudes, especially Hurdle, like you just got to feel bad for him. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Lebak. Lebak wants to be traded. He's trying to get out of there, but he's kind of being held hostage. Kind of like Hellebuck in Winnipeg, which is getting 11,000 fans to a game right now. Let's see. Avalanche are beating the Islanders 4-3. That's the second intermission. Kraken are beating the Red Wings 3-1. And
Red Wings are playing pretty good.
Yeah. DeBrincat is really taking off for the Red Wings early in the season. And then Ducks and Blue Jackets are tied 1-1. Bruins just took the lead over the Blackhawks. Jets are beating the Blues 2-0. So some Central Division news there.
That's a shame.
And the Oilers and Wild are tied 2-2.
No Connor McDavid.
I mean, the updates keep coming here, guys. All 32 teams are playing. We also have the Flames up on the Rangers. That game just started. Flames are already up 1-0 on the Rangers early in the first. We still have the Coyotes and Kings left. And if you really want to stay up late tonight, you can watch the Golden Knights take on the Philadelphia Flyers.
Ugh. Says it starts at 10:30. That means it comes on at 11.
I will say that the NHL, if they really wanted to do this, they could have maybe scheduled some better matchups.
Yeah, I agree, but I guess it is what it is.
I mean, I understand it's hard to do a schedule, and I'm not saying that. But, like, I think you could have, like, if you really wanted to do this right and properly in the future, maybe start thinking ahead to next season. Because I think it's a great idea.
Oh, I think it's awesome. I like it a lot, but it's just like
I think it would be a better idea on a Saturday, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then started at noon.
Yes. Yeah. And then I also think you could do a better job of setting up rivalry matchups. Like,
the only one that I saw is this Bruins Blackhawks. That's because it's like original 6, but the rest of them.
I mean, Avalanche Islanders doesn't get you going at all. Kraken Red Wings doesn't get you going at all. I mean, Oilers Wild. You could have put the Oilers against another Canadian team, maybe. You could have done Oilers Flames. Why not do the Battle of Alberta? Battle of Alberta.
they didn't know it at the time, but no Connor McDavid.
Yeah. But
So-
like you could have done like you could think it out better. Next time you do one of these Frozen Frenzies, try to schedule it out to where you have more rivalry matchups.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know.
We're still having a great time. Let's see. Lindsay jumps in, our friend Lindsay. She says Flames bang. As we just said, the Flames are up.
Flames
They
are
scored.
up.
Flames are up 1-0 on the Rangers. So hello, Lindsay. Mike Twitter says Preds have 8 in a row over the Sharks right now. Yeah, utter domination recently for the Preds over the Sharks.
Yep.
Predemption, our friend Johnny jumping in on the comments here on this live watch along on YouTube. Also, if you're listening the next day on the podcast platform, you need to be watching these live streams with us on YouTube. We have a lot of fun. We share the comments. We talk. We have a good hockey community here with these live episodes. So Johnny jumps in on YouTube and says, I don't feel bad for the Sharks. We lost to them twice in the playoffs in 06 and 07.
I'm sure we did.
I concur, Johnny. I'm right there with you, man.
I'm sure.
Liz jumps in here. Our friend Liz jumps in and says, Saturday would be so much better and easier for people to stay up later.
Yep.
Yeah, she's right. I mean,
fairly certain. I think Liz is a season ticket holder. That's pretty dope. I would love that.
I met Liz at the draft this past summer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I was so happy to meet her. Liz is such a good person, and I was so happy to meet her.
Lindsay told me good luck this week for fantasy hockey.
Oh, yeah. My team sucks. My team's awful.
I thought I was going to be doing okay, but I'm having trouble adjusting to the app. But
yeah, this league is legit.
I don't understand it, like how the app works sometimes, but that's okay.
We'll figure it out. It's a long season.
It is
a long season. All right, so we're watching this Frozen Frenzy. So let's tell you, first of all, here's what's coming up in the episode. We still have to do this project I've been working on, everybody. I've been wanting to do, we love to do these historical things, right? If you've been listening to the podcast for all these past episodes, you know that we like to dive into the archives. I know our friend Johnny is the historian of the Predators. So I cannot wait to hear his thoughts on my 2 all-time Predators lineups. So I built 2 Predators lineups to go up against each other. Rich built his Predators all-time lineup, lines 1 through 4, defensive pairings. Did you pick a goalie, Rich? You got to pick a goalie.
Yeah.
You got to pick a coach. You got to pick a coach.
Oh, a coach. I didn't pick a coach.
Yeah, we got to pick all that.
Okay.
So we're about to do that. But before we get to that, and we're going to continue to watch this live game, watch along, Predators versus the Canucks. Before we get to that, we are going to tell you about DraftKings and our current offer. It's our current NFL offer right now. The NFL season is going strong, and DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with an offer that's even stronger. Bet $5 on any game this week to score $200 instantly in bonus bets. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Coming up here, the Titans just came off a bye week. What is wrong with the Titans? They just traded one of their best players away. So it feels like the rebuild is in full effect for our Tennessee Titans. Rough stuff here.
Yeah.
So we always kind of draw comparisons to the Titans and the Predators because
they're like linked, joined at the hip. It feels like
they're joined at the hip. But the NFL season has been very exciting so far. A lot of upsets, a lot of things going on. The matchup I'm really watching for this week is this Thursday. Buccaneers at the Bills. 2 teams who are looking for a big win. And so with DraftKings, you can take our offer right now. Buffalo, they're heavy favorites, but the Buccaneers have really been strong and surprised a lot of people this year. So that's one of the matchups I'm watching for with our DraftKings Sportsbook offer. Get in on the game day greatness. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. New customers can score $200 instantly bonus bets when you bet 5 on the NFL. That's code THPN. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-77777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, licensed partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana. 21 and up. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.com/sportsbook.com/football terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
We're going to have to start the podcast a half an hour earlier.
For that read?
Because that read, it's so long. But it's
so
awesome.
Long.
So good.
I'm glad that I learned how to read back in elementary school.
Yeah, it's an important skill to have when you're.
It is an important skill.
It's maybe the most important, I would say.
So we're watching the Frozen Frenzy, and this Boston Bruins Chicago Blackhawks game has really piqued my interest, Rich.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
And Boston's in the penalty box right now.
Yeah, Chicago power play. Yeah, so a little bit of background. So Nick Foligno played for Boston for 2 years, and now he's in Chicago. And then Taylor Hall played in Boston last year, and he's in Chicago, but he's hurt. So, they got those two guys. And Nick Foligno almost got in a fight with Charlie Coyle, and I don't think that would have been good for Nick Foligno.
Probably not.
Charlie Coyle is a big old boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, I give a lot of credit to Chicago for hanging tough with even the best teams.
Yeah. Seth Jones just skated by. He makes a lot of money and doesn't do much of anything.
And that's true, yeah. Yeah, former Nashville Predator. Which, let's get to it then. Oh, that's such a perfect segue, Rich. Let's get to building our all-time Predators lineups. So here's how we're going to do it. So Rich already built one of his lineups.
I did one. Yeah, I only did one.
I actually did two, and I put them up against each other. So we'll kind of do it this way. I actually am going to give my first lineup, my squad one. We'll call it squad one.
Okay.
And then, Rich, you're going to give us your squad one, and then I'll give my squad two, and then we'll go from there, right?
You should start from the bottom and work up.
You want me to start from
goaltender? Yeah.
Okay.
Do goaltender, third pair, second pair, first pair, fourth, third, 2-1.
Okay. I'll do it that way.
That'll kind of build it up.
And also, if you're watching on YouTube or live on X right now, formerly known as Twitter, because I still have a hard time saying X, but if you're watching, or even if you're watching on Facebook, we have Facebook watchers as well.
Yep.
If you're watching right now, then please comment and give me your all-time Predators lineup. You can tell me line 1, line 2, line 3. I want to hear. We'll put it in the comments. We'll put it on there on screen. Just comment. Let's see. Real quick, Frozen Frenzy update. The Stars just beat the Penguins, so there you have it there.
The Pangolins.
Yeah, the Penguins are kind of going through a hard time early in this season. Okay. So
I was
here
going
we
to
go.
say something about the Penguins.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sidney Crosby. I just want to say something about him real quick. Probably one of the greatest players ever. But why is he such a jerk? Like, it seems like he is a jerk. Like,
he's just not very likable. He's hard to like unless you're a Penguins fan. He's very hard to like.
Yeah, he's got a punchable face.
I actually think I think Malkin has a way more punchable face than Crosby.
Yeah. You'd probably get away with punching Crosby more than you could Malkin, though, because he's a
brute. He's a brute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to mess with him.
All right, back to the
Fair
program.
Enough. Good talks there. Okay, let me do my head coach first.
Okay.
Of squad 1, and I'm going to do squad 2 as well. Okay, Johnny says I can say Sid the Kid is a great player, but I still hate him with every fiber of my being simply for the 2017 final. Yeah, I think you're never going to
Canadian spelling of fiber.
You're never going to find a Predators fan who likes the Penguins. I'm sorry, they're not a real They're not a real Predators fan if they like the Penguins. No. Unless they have a really, really good reason. There might be some good reasons out there.
Yeah, I just don't either.
All right, here's my head coach of squad 1. Let's start with the head coach. My head coach of squad 1 of the all-time Predators lineup is Peter Laviolette.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they've only had 4 head coaches in their entire history.
Yep.
All right, so Peter Laviolette is my squad 1 head coach. All right, you said I got to go from the bottom to the top, right?
Backup goaltender.
All right, that's good. My backup goaltender for squad 1 is Mike Dunham, the first goaltender for the Predators in their franchise history. Oh, God. Here we go. It's at the bottom of the screen now.
Okay.
It's at the bottom of the screen for all of our YouTube viewers right now. But we're going to work up. We're going to work our way up. All right. Let's go to my 4th line of my squad 1. My 4th line of my squad 1 of the Predators all-time lineup is Tanner Jeannot, Nick Bonino as a center, and Jordan Tutu.
That's good.
Could you imagine a 4th line coming at you of Tanner Jeannot and Jordan Tutu?
Yeah. If you got in a fight with them two, man, it looked like slap shot.
That would be a really hard 4th line to go. And Nick Bonino would come at you too. He wasn't no slouch.
Yep.
That's my 4th line of squad 1, all-time Predators lineup. Jeannot, Bonino, Jordan Tutu.
Love it.
Let's go to the 3rd line here of squad 1 of the Predators all-time lineup. I got James Neal, Cliff Ronning, one of the first great early players of the Predators. I know Rich doesn't know a lot about Cliff Ronning.
I don't. Yeah, unfortunately. So mine's going to look.
Where's Johnny at? Johnny,
he knows.
Johnny, tell us about Cliff Ronning.
He probably knows his birthday.
His favorite ice cream flavor.
How many kids he has. Kind of car he drives.
All right. James Neal, Cliff Ronning, and JP Dumont. So an old school line. Old school Predators fans will like that. My 2nd line on squad 1 is Scott Hartnell, Jason Arnott, and Matt Duchene. I put Matt Duchene on a 2nd line of an all-time Predators lineup. I might get some pushback by that.
You might.
But I'm okay with it.
A little bit.
We got the second period starting right now, by the way. Predators and Canucks. 1-1 tie score.
Are you kidding me right now?
Are you messing with me right now?
No, I'm not. I wish I was messing.
Am I really that far behind?
No, they scored with in 20 seconds, 22 seconds. Gosh, man, come on. Oh, yes, the puck was bouncing all over the place.
That's really shaky.
Ugly.
That's shaky defense, though.
It is, yeah, for sure.
That's a really shaky defense for the Predators. Like, what are they doing here?
All right. Well, don't like it.
Let's see.
All right. Your 2nd line.
Hold on. I'm trying to watch this play. Alexander Carrier was lost in the zone there. I mean,
Riz said, "Oof."
the puck slipped into the zone, but Ryan McDonough tried to make a play on it, and it bounced past him. I don't know what Alexander Carrier was doing there.
I don't know. He did not.
He pretty much lost the puck carrier there. So that's a setback. A lot of time left still, but the Predators are again down in this game. They're down 2-1 now. My second line of squad one, Predators all-time lineup, is Scott Hartnell, Jason Arnott, and Matt Duchene. I think I already said that.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So your top line.
All right. So my top line, first of all, Johnny jumps in.
Yep.
Cliff Ronning was the first fan favorite that the Preds acquired during the expansion season. Cliff Ronning was born in a suburb of Vancouver, so he's a local kid up here.
There you go.
There you have it.
Yep.
There you have it. So Cliff Ronning is on my third line as a center. All right, so my top line of squad one of the Predators' all-time lineup is Forsberg, Legwand, Martin Erat. I feel pretty good about that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Give me what your top.
You didn't do your defenseman?
Oh, let me do my defenseman. All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, do them real quick.
All right. My third pairing defenseman on squad one is Ryan McDonough and Seth Jones. And let me preface this by saying that all these players are in their primes when I'm picking these players. So we're thinking about these players when they're in their primes, obviously. So McDonough, Seth Jones. My second pairing is Ryan Suter and Marek Zedlicki. He was a really good defenseman. And then my top pairing on squad one is Roman Josi, Ryan Ellis.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
That's squad one.
Squad one.
All right, I'm going to do mine. I'm going to preface that by saying I don't know who a lot of the older guys are. And I didn't really, it's not like scientific or anything. It's just kind of like feeling and points.
No, it's very scientific.
It's not for me. So I only did the one.
You cracked Adams. You were in the lab all day today.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah. So the backup goaltender, and it's a homer list too, pretty much. So
okay.
Backup goaltender is UC Saros.
Backup goaltender.
Backup starting goaltender is Pecorine.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm gonna do the defensive pairings. The third pair is Ryan Suter and Kimmo Timonen. The second pair is Matthias Ekholm and Ryan Ellis.
That's
I
good.
did even do left and right.
Yeah.
I did figure that out. So
yeah.
Most time I don't. But pair one, Roman Josi, Shea Weber.
I mean, yeah, the best defensive pairing of all time if you put those two together.
That's the one. Oh, I didn't pick the coach. I'm going to pick the new coach because I really like him a lot. Is that
Andrew
fair?
Burnett's running your squad
that,
one, right? Yeah, you can do that. He's the head coach.
Oh, guess what? The Canucks just scored again.
Are
you kidding me right now?
Let's see how this goal works out here. The Canucks are good, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
They're sneaky good. They got good passing.
Wow.
It's not been a strong game for Saros, though. I'm telling you right now.
He was screened.
He was screened.
Big time. All right. Well, okay. Back to my thing.
All right.
The fourth line. Callie Yarncroc, Mike Fisher, and JP Dumont.
Okay.
So that's a good one. Line three. Scott Hartnell, Ryan Johansson, and Victor Arvidsson.
Ryan Johansson's on your third line.
Yeah. Line two, Steve Sullivan, David Legwand, Martin Erat. And I cheated a little bit because my first line is Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, and Yusuf Parson. Because I love it so much.
That's fine. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. You're allowed to do that.
I couldn't help myself. I know they haven't been together a long time, but I love it.
But you love it so much.
I do.
Fair enough.
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice squad one.
So, yep. Not too bad.
All right. Well, okay, so my squad one, I said that my starter was UC Saros. His backup is Thomas Vokoun.
There you go. Yeah, that was tough to.
So here's my squad two. My squad two, the head coach is Barry Trotz.
There you go.
So we got Barry Trotz going up against Peter Laviolette in my squad one. And just to update everybody, my squad one, my top line was Forsberg, Legwand, Erat.
Yep.
My top pairing was Yossi and Ellis. And my goaltender for squad one is UC Saros.
Yep.
So there you have it there. You got it going up on the bottom of the screen there. Preds all-time lineup. Squad one has UC Saros in net. Squad two, shouldn't surprise you, has Pekka Rinne in net.
Yep.
So you got Rinne going up against Saros for a goalie battle for all-time Predators lineups.
Love it.
All right, let's work my way up here. For squad two, your third pairing defenseman for squad two is Dan Hamhuis.
That's good, actually.
The Hammer. He was good. And Kevin Klein.
Yeah.
Another player that Rich has never heard of, but he was good.
I've heard the name. I just don't know.
Johnny's heard of him.
Oh, I'm sure he has. Yeah. I know.
Johnny also knows his favorite ice cream flavor, what kind of car he drives,
Yep.
his favorite restaurant, all that stuff. All right, let's move on here. Second pairing for squad two is Matthias Ekholm and PK Subban, and those two actually played together.
I actually was going to put PK on the list.
I put him on mine.
Yeah. He did a good job.
So squad two is looking pretty good on their defensive pairings, honestly, compared to my squad one pairings. So Ekholm, Subban, they have history together. That's a great second pairing. Your top pairing for squad two is Kimmo Timonen and Shea Weber. So you're going old against new here. Yossi Ellis versus Timonen Weber.
That's Ron Ellis.
That's tough. I'm still going Yossi Ellis if you're comparing the two, but that's tough. All right, here's my top four forward lines for squad two of the Predators all-time lineup. My fourth line is – it got really hard, Rich, doing this exercise, building two different lineups.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I had to dig deep into the history of this team to find players. All right, my fourth line on squad two is Mikael Granlund, Colton Sissons, and Calle Jarnkrok.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I kind of feel bad that I have Sissons on my fourth line, but
yeah, well, I mean,
my third line on squad two is Kevin Fiala.
Oh, that's a good one.
Craig Smith and Scott Walker. Another old-time Predators player who was really good. Name. He was a captain. He was so good for this team in the early days. That's my third line. My second line is Steve Sullivan, Mike Fisher, and Patrick Hornqvist.
That's good too.
That is a really lethal second line.
Yeah, that's a good one.
When I put that up against my squad one second line of Hartnell, Arnott, and Duchesne, I actually might have to lean towards Sullivan, Fisher, Hornqvist.
Yeah, I think so too. And
then my squad two top line is Paul Kariya, Ryan Johansson, and Victor Arvidsson.
That's good. That's a good one.
I think that line, if they're in their primes, Ryan Johansson is feeding Kariya and Arvidsson for all the goals. All the goals. So if you're making me pick between squad one and squad two right now,
I'd have to go.
I got to go squad two.
Yeah, I'd have to go two as well.
Because squad two has Pekka Rinne in net.
Well, that right there, that's enough to sell me right there.
They got Shea Weber on their top pairing. They got Paul Kariya in his prime on the top line. They got Steve Sullivan, Mike Fisher, and Hornqvist on their second line. They got Subban and Ekholm on their second pairing. I'm going squad 2 over squad 1. But you guys can tell me how you feel about mine.
I think I'm going to lean that way as well. As soon as you said Pecorine.
RV on another lineup, says Mike Twitter. Maybe I shouldn't have included him. Johnny says nice choice for squad 2. Yeah, I think squad 2 is the winner here.
Yeah.
And you got squad 2's got Trotz as their head coach. They got Correa on their top line in his prime. They got Weber on their top pairing in their prime. They got Ekholm and Subban on their second pairing. Hard to beat squad 2.
Pretty good.
We're gonna take squad 2.
Did you see Victor Arvidsson got put on long-term injury reserve?
I didn't see that.
He has to have he's got to have a back surgery or something.
Hate to see that.
Yeah.
Especially considering he was in a really good position to flourish with the LA Kings. He was in a good position.
Mm-hmm.
So hope he has a quick bounce back.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's check in on the scores here. Frozen Frenzy keeps on going. We just did our Preds all-time lineups. Please let us know what your all-time lineups would be, what you think about mine. Love having those fun little discussions and whatnot. We're still waiting for 2 games to happen tonight. The Coyotes and the Kings still have to drop the puck, and the Golden Knights and the Flyers still have to drop the puck. Canucks are up 3-1 on the Predators right now, midway through the second period. I just think the Predators have been sloppy in the defensive zone tonight.
They have been. Absolutely have been. I was scrolling through Twitter. Preds prospects on the future. Remember, we had him on several times.
Yeah.
He's really. He says Zach LaRue has received 2 10-minute misconducts in his first 3 AHL games. Tonight, it was for abuse of officials.
Oh my gosh! What is wrong with that guy?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he's. I don't know. They gotta get him quit doing that. That's ridiculous.
I think the ship has sailed on that one.
I think you might be right. Because
he's already at that point in his development where he should be ready for NHL time if he was going down the path he should be going.
Yeah, and I think I remember when it was training camp stuff that he was talking about he's ready to make the move up to the NHL, and he did not do that. But man, he's going to get his clock cleaned if he tries that stuff.
I mean, abuse of an official. I mean, that's like a whole other level.
That is a whole other thing.
So I'll be interested to look into what caused that and what happened there. But yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh.
Let's see. The Oilers just took the lead on the Wild 3-2. Jets are up on the Blues 2-1. Second intermission. Bruins continue to lead over the Blackhawks 1-0 at the second intermission. Ducks and Blue Jackets are tied 1-1 in the third period. And the Red Wings Kraken are tied 3-3. So we have some close games going on right now. And the Avalanche are up 5-4 on the Islanders. So we have a lot of close games going on right now.
Uh-oh. You seeing the feed there?
I'm watching it. You're ahead of me, but I am watching.
I meant the feed, like the people, all of our folks commenting.
I mean, I'm so far behind right now. I guess it's the Florida treatment. Oh, I see a 3-on-2 breakaway. Oh, what a shot by Kiefer Sherwood.
Kiefer Sherwood.
That dude has a wicked shot. Man.
He sure does. I was getting ready to say that. Like, it's pretty powerful. I like him. I'm glad he's playing.
Well, so we just literally saw Andrew Burnett's system fully engaged.
Yep.
You would have never seen a John Hines system do what they just did.
It is night and day.
They attacked.
You brought it up.
They attacked.
Yeah, absolutely. You would have never seen that.
And that's why you're seeing Predators players after practice talk about how much they love playing in this system, how fun it is.
Yeah.
And this system takes chances. It takes chances.
It's night and day. It's night and day.
It takes risk, though. It takes risk. It takes chances. They're going to get burned. There's Connor Garland, involved in trade rumors with the Predators.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing
That's
that.
interesting. That's kind of a fun little nugget there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe Connor Garland's thinking, yeah, I might want to play for this team.
Yeah.
Just going to leave that out there. But, yeah, that was beautiful. 3-on-2 attack mode. And they found Sherwood, and Sherwood finished. He did what he did. What a goal from Kiefer Sherwood.
Yep. They just showed the fans in Bridgestone. You can tell it's Tuesday night in Nashville.
Just another Tuesday. Just another Tuesday night in Nashville.
Yep.
Beautiful goal, though. And that's Sherwood's second goal of the season. Tommy Novak picks up the assist.
There you go. Here's Omar's BP-03. This team is much more exciting to watch. Yes, it is.
Sure
Welcome.
is.
Omar.
Great comment there from Omar.
It is exciting. Love it. It's like if you would have told me 3 years ago that they'd be doing this, I would have been like, you're crazy.
My Twitter says before I ever heard of him, Chad was hyping him.
Sherwood
is a Chad guy. He got me on board with him. I did like Sherwood early on. I mean, how can you not like Sherwood? I mean, the guy just hustles. He just plays so hard. I mean,
Liz said, I love Sherwood, honestly. Yeah. I mean, he, like you said, he hustles, and that's what you love to see. And that's what they need.
Well, what I love about Sherwood is anytime they just did it just now on the broadcast. Anytime the camera pans over to Sherwood, he looks so mad. He looks so ticked off.
Yeah. He
looks like he just wants more.
Yeah,
he's like,
absolutely.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I just scored a goal, but I want another one.
Yeah.
Like one goal is not good enough for me. I want another one. So,
and that's if you think about when he was playing for John Hines, obviously he didn't get to play as much, and he did get to play once there were injuries and stuff, but like he could have been another player that could have gotten ruined by that old system. And look at him now. He's playing really well. So what was wrong with us back in John Hines?
Right. So let's get into this. It's since we're playing the Canucks, let's talk about it. So the Predators have been linked in trade discussions for Connor Garland. Connor Garland's been on the trade block for the Canucks dating back to last season. I know that freaks out a lot of people because there's been so much changes going back to March. It's almost like, and I'm on this one. I'm almost like, I'm kind of like, I want to pump the brakes and stop changing the roster so much.
Yeah. Like before somebody you like gets traded.
And so, I mean, when you think about the Predators right now, they have a lot of cap space. They still have almost $8 million in cap space to work.
Yeah, they sure do.
Work with, which is a lot of the there's teams out there who have no money to spend right now.
I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like one team that had like $20,000 or something crazy.
So the Predators do have like $8 million such and such to work with if they want to make a trade. And when it comes to the Canucks and Connor Garland, they're willing to retain up to $3 million in salary from what I've seen from Elliot Friedman and some other really reputable sources out there. And so the Predators have been linked among those sources to at least inquiring about Connor Garland. What would a trade even look like? Would Phil Tomasino be involved in a trade like that?
Maybe.
Would Dante Fabro be dangled out there?
That might be, I don't know. He's playing really good.
He's playing really well. I think that the way the team is playing right now, and I don't think the market is beating down the door for Garland right now.
Yeah.
He's a great player. He's a good player that I think teams will be interested in, but they're not beating down the door for Connor Garland. They're not like, oh my God, I got to have him right now, especially this early in the season.
Yeah.
Now, as the season progresses, look into it. It could happen. Maybe the Canucks eventually decide to trade Garland. But as of right now, just keep an eye. I don't think one thing we've figured out really quickly about Barry Trotz is he is not shy about making roster moves right now.
Yeah. If they're willing to retain some of the salary, I can't see that. I don't know what else they would offer big player wise, but I don't know. Not sure. Who knows?
I mean, there's multiple teams that are reportedly interested in Garland. It's not just the Predators. There's like a lot of teams. So, I mean, ultimately, I don't think it happens, but the fact that the Predators are once again linked to another trade rumor this early in the season, a lot of that's going to come from the fact that they have cap space to work with.
Yeah.
So
one of the few teams.
So get used to it, everybody. Get used to it. The Predators are going to be linked to these trade rumors for a while with this cap space.
Yep.
And so we'll have to wait and see if Trotz continues to dip his hand deep into the pot to do things, or if he decides to be a little bit more patient from here on out or whatever.
Yeah. And players can tell, that they're doing something good in Nashville finally. Like a couple of years ago, if you would have tried to do that, they've been like, I'm not going to play for Nashville. I mean, it's a destination place to go, but I don't know. Now it's like you can tell they're building something, new GM, new coach, and they're playing really well. So,
on top of what you're saying, Rich, I think there's a universal respect for Barry Trotz.
Yes, that's that too. Yep.
And he's not a head coach anymore. Now he's a general manager. I think that raises the stakes even more.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there's players out there, some big-time free agents, maybe not right now, but maybe next offseason and off seasons in the future, where the Barry Trotz effect is going to really positively affect the Predators.
Yeah.
In terms of there's going to be free agents out there who have a ton of respect for Barry Trotz.
Yes.
And they're going to be like, I want to go play for Barry Trotz because I respect the hell out of that. And I'm not saying that didn't have the same effect with David Poile, because it did.
Yeah.
It did.
But
with Barry Trotz, I mean, I think that it's going to be even bigger.
Yeah. And I think getting Ryan O'Reilly, that was huge if you think about it. Like everybody knows who he is, That's a massive get for Nashville for sure.
Yeah.
And that got the ball rolling to make things exciting.
So we got a 3-2 score here. Canucks beating the Predators. We have less than 7 minutes left in the second period. Live watch along, episode 206 of Catfish on Ice. Thank you for all the live viewers that are joining us right now. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe below. Comment on the live episode. Don't be shy.
Yes.
If you're watching on Twitter, hit follow or hit the YouTube page there and hit subscribe. We appreciate you. And make sure you comment on the screen and introduce yourself. And we love to hear from all the Predators fans and hockey fans in general.
Yep.
When we're doing these live watch-alongs. If there's some Canucks fans out there, we tagged the Canucks in this description for this episode. If you're watching along with us as a Canucks fan, we won't be mean, I promise. Just get in on it, right?
Yeah.
We'll be mean to Canucks fans. 3-2 score right now.
3-2. Predators have 10 shots on goal.
But 2 goals.
But 2 goals. That is good. Need to get that shot count
The
up.
Canucks have done a good job of keeping the Predators from getting comfortable.
Yeah. Did you see that stat the other day? The NHL put out the Predators were 8th in the league with offensive zone time for 5-on-5.
Oh yeah, I mean they're up there at the
Good.
top in all those lists. I mean, when it comes to
Yeah.
expected goals, when it comes
Mhm.
to all of those things, they're way up there. Going into tonight's action, according to Money Puck, the Forsberg O'Reilly Parsonen line is one of the most effective top lines in the
Yeah.
league in terms of expected goals. So, I mean, they're creating all these chances, of course. Yeah. So, one of the things I put out there for the Predators, in all situations, the Predators are actually in really elite company when it comes to creating scoring chances, but
Yep.
also limiting scoring chances for the other team. So, one of the analytics you look for here, and you can look it up on moneypuck.com, is your expected goal differential, which basically weights against each other. It weights your expected goals against your expected goals against.
Mhm.
And the way that measures it is based on shot quality, blocking shots, like all of these things, all these analytics. And for the Predators, they are second in the league in expected goal differential, which is weighing out your own expected goals and also the goals you're giving up. They are second only to the Colorado Avalanche in that category going into tonight's action. That's good company.
That's very good company.
Right behind them is the Maple Leafs, followed by the Flyers, the Golden Knights, the Red Wings, the Rangers, the Panthers. I mean, you're talking about some really good teams that they're ranked with. So that's a good number.
Yeah,
good number.
Absolutely. So the Avalanche beat the Islanders 7-4.
They're undefeated, right? They're still undefeated.
Yep. Ryan Johansson got another goal, so he had 2 tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
on him.
Good for him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's gonna find his role there.
Yeah.
So you got the Golden Knights who still have to play tonight in the Frozen Frenzy, but you got the Golden Knights and the Avalanche who are undefeated. They haven't even taken a overtime loss yet.
Yeah. And Boston.
2 weeks into the season. Oh yeah, you got to throw in Boston.
Throw in Boston.
Is that game final with the Blackhawks?
No, not yet. It's the third period's getting ready to start.
All right. Yeah. Don't jinx them. Don't jinx them, Rich. Don't jinx them.
I don't want to jinx them. Yeah, it's getting ready to start in a minute. Bruins are on a power play to start the period, so
I feel good. I hope I don't jinx our Predators, but I'm not too worried about. I know we're down 3-2, but I'm really not worried. I think they've weathered the storm. They've given up some. They've given up some really, really bad goals tonight. Just like I can promise you that Andrew Brunette is not happy with the goals they've given up in terms of just lack of focus and team defense. I think UC Saros has not been his top self tonight necessarily.
I agree with that.
Especially that first goal he gave up. It was one that he probably should have snagged with the glove.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the offense is still buzzing. They're still pushing. It's a 1-goal game. And
it's amazing watching their passing, how much it has improved. I mean, like, they couldn't stretch pass last year for anything. And now they do it all the time. It's really good to see.
The passing is, I mean, and they still make a lot of mistakes. I mean, that puts them in bad situations sometimes, but that's kind of the trade-off you make when you run this type of system. You're going to be subject to counterattacks, and you have to be quick to get back on defense. Yeah. And that puts a lot that does put a lot of pressure on the defense when it comes to that.
For sure. Just even it up, boys.
So we've had a lot of people watching tonight. We really appreciate y'all so much. Live watch along. First live watch along. Oh, I got a good friend of mine from back home in Nashville.
Oh, look at there.
He is a DJ back home in Nashville from my Nashville days. His name's McQueen. He is an awesome dude, such a good friend. He says, I'm here, respect, hashtag Catfish on Ice podcast, hashtag hockey, hashtag Nashville, hashtag what to do in Nashville, hashtag catfish, hashtag DraftKings.
It's more like, what is there not to do in Nashville?
Right.
There's so much to do in Nashville.
We've been going so long that I got to plug my laptop in.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
Thank you to my good buddy McQueen. So I worked with him back home in Nashville at an old school place. All of our Nashville listeners will know about this place. Rest in peace. Rock Bottom Brewery.
Big place.
It's now called,
massive.
I think it's called Whiskey River or
Yeah, I haven't been down there for a little bit, but
so I worked at Rock Bottom Brewery as a bartender from 2018 to 2021.
Yep.
And may have even met some of you that listen to our podcast. Honestly, we might have crossed paths, but I love that place. And my buddy McQueen, who just was so nice enough to put this really awesome comment from Facebook on here. McQueen is such a good dude. I miss that dude. Thank you so much for the shout out, man. He's a great DJ and he is a great musician.
That's cool.
So look him up on Facebook. He's an awesome guy. All right. So we are getting down to the nitty gritty of the second period. Predators are still down 3-2. Only 11 shots on goal, Rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny commented on that earlier.
Saros just made a pretty good save there on the rush. I kind of just want to get to the second intermission down 1, and then we'll make a push for it. We'll make a push for it in the third period.
Yeah, I agree. Or they can get one now. I'd be all right with that.
I mean, I'd be all right with that, of course. Why is Tommy Novak's picture on Bally Sports South make him look like a hillbilly?
No.
He's got like the mullet going.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh man, I thought they just gave one up, but they did not. Come on, boys.
So Rich is way ahead of me, like 20 seconds.
30 seconds left.
Okay, so you're like 25.
Just shut him down.
You're like 25 seconds ahead of me. Oh,
no goal.
Wow. Yeah. I just saw the play you're talking about, Rich. Yeah, that was close. The Canucks have them a corner right now.
Yeah, it was ugly.
This looks like a power play.
It does. Gosh, please don't let them score. Oh. Whew. That was close. You're going to see it in a second.
Did we make it? Did we survive?
Yeah, I think so. But
good breakup. Man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right?
Holy. Whoa. How did Saros make that save?
I don't know. It looked like he used his leg.
That was Pedersen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy.
Gosh. That's why Saros is always going to be the equalizer or the neutralizer, if you will. I mean,
did you see that thing on Twitter like the other day?
I need to see that replay.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you? Are you talking about when he took the puck to the head and he was down? I saw that from Robbie Stanley.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, I don't like that.
Let's see. Okay, they're showing the replay here. Oh, no, that was just a replay of the goal. God, that goal from Sherwood was so pretty.
Oh, I know.
Wow, what a save from Saros to close out the second period. I mean,
a couple of good saves.
I mean, the difference between going into the third period down 2 and down 1, I mean, we all know how big of a difference that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Mike
So,
Twitter and Johnny are watching baseball.
yeah, well, that's fine.
It's because it's the end of this period. So
I mean, it's a big deal, though. I mean, the Phillies and the playoffs for baseball have been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, Rich, you're not a big baseball guy, but
yeah, I love going.
I mean, the
I love
Phillies,
going to a game.
the Phillies have been a really big story in baseball. No one expected the Phillies to make it this far. Everyone thought it was going to be the Braves versus like the Dodgers, and neither one of those teams made it. And then in the American League, I mean, you've got, I mean, who's in the American League? The Texas Rangers made it.
Oh.
And they've never won a World Series before. So, I mean, you've got a fun little MLB storyline going on here. So, yeah.
Do you watch baseball or do you just kind of follow it a little bit?
I just watch it because I love sports. So, Prediction Johnny says, Chad, come on. Nobody thought my D-backs would get past Milwaukee. I mean, I don't know, Johnny. I'm not a baseball expert.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the word D-back. That sounds weird.
D-backs? Sounds too much like another thing?
It does a little bit.
It does, yeah.
Diamondbacks.
Right. Yeah, Diamondbacks. They've won a World Series. They beat the Yankees back in the day.
I remember that.
They do have a World Series. The Texas Rangers do not. So I'm going to go for the team that doesn't have one. I will always go for the team that doesn't have one.
Root for the underdog.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love going to baseball games. I've been to a couple of Cincinnati Reds games because they're close.
I've been to that part. It's called the Great American Ballpark. Yeah.
Have you been to the new one or the old one?
I mean, I didn't know there was a new one.
There's a newer one. Yeah.
How new? Like how recent?
I don't know. When did you go?
I went like 2016, 17.
Oh yeah, you probably went to the new one. Okay. Yeah, they had
It's right near the riverfront.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pretty close.
And I don't know. You probably haven't. It's been a while since you've been up there, but they have a practice dome thing for the Bengals, and it's like a big white, like it looks like it's an inflatable building that they practice in. You can see it from the highway, but it's got like big Bengals logo on the side.
When I went down there, I was a little let down by how much different it is than Nashville. There wasn't a lot to do outside of the ballpark.
There's nothing to do down
there.
I don't really like it.
So there was a really big country bar by Toby Keith. Do you know the place I'm talking about?
No, but
Toby Keith I don't know if it's still there, but Toby Keith has like this big country bar, and it was like it was filthy. It was like nasty. Weird. It was gross. Yeah, it was like I don't know if it's still there, but it was right near the ballpark, and that's where we went.
I've seen a few bands. There's a small venue called Bogarts in Cincinnati, and I used to go see a few bands there.
Okay.
But there's not. I mean, there's really nothing to do in Cincinnati at all.
It's more of an older city, right?
It is. But
industrial type city.
Yeah, they do have a nice zoo. I will give them that. My wife and I went to the zoo once. It's really cool, but other than that,
let's see if it's permanently closed. Toby Keith's bar permanently closed.
Oh, Johnny said, I love this bar and grill.
Yeah, it closed. It closed a while ago.
In Vegas.
It closed for a while. It closed a while ago. It had a 2.8 out of 5 stars.
Ugh.
It was, though. It was right by the Cincinnati ballpark. It was.
Huh. Yeah, I've been up there I went to a couple of Bengals games. Those are pretty fun.
So it looks like Toby Keith's bar never reopened after the 2020 pandemic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of business owners lost their bars after that and restaurants after that.
Yeah.
All right. We're in the second intermission. We're here for you guys. Long watch along episode. We're in it for you. First live
to
episode
win
we've
it.
done in a while. We're coming up on 2 hours tonight.
Goal
So
by the Bruins. Boston's up 3-0.
we did. Oh yeah, Boston's unleashing on the Blackhawks right now,
Actually, who
as
it
you would
was.
expect. So it looks like the
Oh,
Blackhawks. It looks like the Blackhawks are going to go to 2-5 on the year. So
unless they do something miraculous.
Connor Bedard mania is going down the tube.
Wow, what a gutsy goal.
Not a lot of surprises with the scoreboard tonight
No, not really.
on the Frozen Frenzy.
Wow, what a
Other
goal.
than the Lightning being the Hurricanes 3-0 like that, I'm not seeing a lot of really big surprises on the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm actually okay with Tampa beating Carolina that bad. Believe it or
I got to
not.
tell you, man, that game I went to, I think
bet
you would
it was
have
fun.
I think you would have a newfound respect for Lightning fans if you would have been there.
I'm telling you,
They were very cordial for me, and I told the story on the last solo episode of Catfish and Ice. But I went into this place called Hat Tricks, which is like the place that everyone goes to before a Lightning game. It's literally a hockey establishment. There's memorabilia all across the walls. There's
cool.
It's like an Irish type of bar establishment. Cool. And there's memorabilia. There, all the TVs have hockey on, and I was the only person in this place wearing a mustard-colored Predators jersey.
That's awesome.
And they were very, very friendly. All they told me was, "We want to win by 1 goal tonight, but we hope you have a good game."
I mean, they won Stanley Cups.
Yeah, they were very cordial. I have nothing but nice things to say about Lightning fans. I also live down here now, so I can't be saying anything too bad about them because they might come find me.
Well, I will say, I do like a few of their players. I was glad to see that they got rid of Pat Maroon and Corey Perry. So that makes it a little
easier to like him.
Yeah. Like, I love Victor Hedman. I think he's a good dude. Him a lot. And that Nick Paul, I like him a lot too.
They're showing the Gordie Howe hat trick from Kiefer Sherwood in the last game.
Did you see the thing on Twitter they said about that? It's called a Gordie Howe hat trick, but he only ever got 2 of those. Gordie Howe. That's weird.
Pretty funny.
Wow, like, how did they come up with that?
I don't know.
They said that Kiefer Sherwood also shares a birthday with Gordie Howe. So
let's see. We got overtime starting between the Kraken and the Red Wings. Let's see. My multicast feed of the Frozen Frenzy is not doing a very good job of going to games.
Either the app's not keeping up with the scores either very well.
Well, I mean, we have Kraken Red Wings going to overtime, and neither one of the screens is showing that right now. I'm seeing a commercial, and I'm seeing a press conference of Mike Sullivan, head coach of the Penguins. Like, I don't need to see him talking about how his team got beat tonight.
That's funny.
Like we know your team's not very good this year. Like, I want to see overtime Kraken Red Wings. That's what Frozen Frenzy's about. Yeah, we also have a tie game late in the third period between Ducks and Blue Jackets. Why is that not on my multicast feed right now?
Yeah, show that as well.
Like, am I doing something wrong here? I mean, someone can tell me if I am, but I got it on the multicast feed.
So normally when I watch Nashville games on ESPN Plus, if I have it available, it's usually blacked out, like on ESPN Plus, because I can watch it on Bally. But I'm getting to watch it on the bigger screen, but I'm afraid to turn it off or do anything because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose it.
I mean, maybe it's me that has it set on something. I know you can go and watch individual games if you have ESPN Plus, but if I like the whole point of the Frozen Frenzy, I thought was to have a multicast feed where they show you all the things simultaneously. And I'm not really getting that right now. I'm watching 2 commercials. Okay, studio update. Now they're finally. Now they're showing it. Kraken, Red Wings, 4-4 right now.
So Johnny says
in overtime.
My parents always give me NHL Center Ice, so I watch most Preds games over there. But tonight they don't have Sportsnet, so I'm watching the hockey game and ball game at home. So I'm watching it on ESPN Plus, and it is Sportsnet is the who's carrying it. So it's not Willie Donnelly.
All I'm saying is they're not showing Kraken Red Wings on my simulcast right now, and they are in overtime right now, and we should be watching that. That should be the centerpiece. Yeah. And I don't know what you're seeing on your end, Rich, but on my end, I'm not seeing it.
Well, I've got the Boston game on.
And I've got it on simulcast here. I've got it on the multicast feed where it's supposed to just go to the what it's supposed to go to. So, very strange. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But, yeah, 4-4 Kraken Red Wings. That seems like the game to watch right now out of all the current games going on. All right. Mike Twitter says 3 different feeds to choose from on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I just switched it over to the Kraken game. 2 minutes left.
All right. Let me see if I can find another feed.
Yeah. ESPN Plus always, whenever I watch it on my iPad or something, like the closed caption comes on and I don't even ask it to do that. So
yeah, they make this way too complicated.
Yeah, I agree. Come on, ESPN. You just raised the price for the bundle. I want it to be better. For sure. I have the Disney, Hulu, ESPN Plus bundle, and they just jacked the price up to like $20 or something like that.
Well, that's what they're doing for all of them.
Yeah. It was like $11 for a long time, and now it's like $18 or $19 or something. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it.
Well, no, and once they got you hooked, you're
they
in
do
it,
have
man.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have
you hooked. That's how they get you hooked, man. It's like, you're not. So let's update you on the stats here. Predators and Canucks. We're getting ready to start the third period. Canucks up 3-2. First live watch along of the season on Catfish on Ice. This is episode 206, brought to you by DraftKings, part of the Hockey Podcast Network. Get in on the NFL action this weekend with our promo code THBN. We told you about it earlier in the episode. The link is also in the episode description on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Rich, what are you gasping about?
Detroit just hit the post. Oh, Kraken win.
Kraken got the win over the Red Wings. There you go.
There was like 3 seconds left, and they scored. Detroit hit the post, and then Seattle had like a little mini breakaway.
Seattle's been off to a rough start.
They have.
That's a big win for them. To beat Detroit, that's a good one for them.
Yeah, Detroit's actually played well.
Second intermission stats. Low shot totals in this game.
Wow.
Predators have 10 shots on goal. The Canucks have 19. Predators winning the faceoff circle 54% to 46%.
That's a good stat.
The Predators have not given up a power play opportunity to the Canucks yet. That's a big stat.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood, but the Predators have not given the Canucks a power play opportunity yet. The Predators are 0 for 1 on the power play. The hits are tied 17-17. Blocked shots, the Predators have blocked 20 shots tonight.
That sounds about right.
That's a big total. That
is a big total for 2 periods.
Yeah. And the Canucks and the Predators will be playing again a week from today in Vancouver. So this is early season rematch type of matchup here.
Next up for Nashville, the Maple Leafs.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we talked about this, Rich. Like leading up to the season, we talked about the first 10 games.
Yes.
That first 10-game slate. And I said I would have been happy if they just get like 5 wins out of the first 10. Ooh, I'm seeing someone hobbling on the Bruins bench.
Yeah, he got hit in the eye with something.
I mean, the Bruins are cruising. They're up 3-0 on the Blackhawks, but you don't want to see any injuries happen late in the game.
I didn't see what happened, but he immediately grabbed his eye.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Jared Tenorti playing for Chicago.
Oh,
remember that name?
I do remember. I do remember that name. I do. We're getting ready for the third period here.
Oh,
first of all, my fantasy team is awful, Rich.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna fire all of them.
Yeah.
Lasagna Mania is not doing so well. That's my team name, Lasagna Mania. I mean, I got Jack Eichel. I got Kevin Fiala, Kreider, Kucherov. I drafted my team while I was at work, and my boss was staring me down. So give me some slack.
He's like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing? Playing
Pastrnak.
fantasy hockey? Who has Connor McDavid in our league as well?
I don't know. I would be super disappointed in that. I also have Steven Stamkos, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
I guess he's playing again. I haven't kept up with it, or is he still hurt? I don't know.
I haven't kept up with it either.
Yeah.
All right. We are about to get started here in the third period. Rich is ahead of me, so I'm going to lean on him for when big things happen. We got a really good comment here coming from YouTube from Max Watson. Hey guys, I'm from Australia and don't know anything about ice hockey. Obviously the Canucks are winning, but who do you think will go on to win? How strong is gaining momentum in this sport? First of all, Max, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Australia. That is amazing.
Down under.
First of all, Australia is like a bucket list place for me to visit.
For sure.
And thank you so much.
You know their toilet water spins the opposite direction in ours?
That's also a Simpsons reference. There was a whole Simpsons episode about going to Australia.
Yep.
Max, I almost called you Austin Watson. Max.
Tampa Bay Lightning, Austin Watson.
Max Watson, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. This is one of those types of games, though, where momentum is everything. It's a 3-2 score, but I mean, it's a close game. This game is a toss-up here in this third period, for sure. So let's keep an eye on it. But thank you so much, Max, for joining us from Australia. It's a true pleasure to have you on here, and thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Mike Twitter says he's going to grab a beer for the bottom of the ninth. I'm Mike Twitter. I hate to break it to you, but there's not a bottom of the ninth inning in hockey. Oh wait, you're watching baseball.
He's watching. Yeah.
Man,
I thought the Predators had a really good shot. Yep.
All right.
Johnny just put it on there. Colton Sissons comes close to tying it. Oh my gosh, he was right on the doorstep.
So we are in the bottom of the ninth inning, according to Mike Twitter. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, did you see it?
Colton, you almost had a 2-goal game.
Yep.
I'm telling you, that guy's on a mission to score some goals this year.
I'm really enjoying that.
They're going to get it. They're going to get it. They keep doing stuff like that, they're going to do it. They can't give up any more soft goals, though.
No. Man, we need some Yossi rip one.
I would argue that 2 of the 3 goals they've given up tonight have been a little on the soft side.
Definitely the first one was very soft.
Definitely ones you want to have back.
Yeah, the long range one I can kind of see because he was screened, but
yeah.
But the other one,
the initial goal to open up the scoring is the
Yeah.
one that really hurts the most.
Yeah.
But
and then
there's a lot of time left.
Yeah. Studio update. Oh, they're showing the Kraken winning.
I mean, I feel like this matchup against the Canucks is two teams trying to do the same thing. Both teams want to push the pace. Both teams want to push the puck up the ice. So I think this is a really good barometer of what the Preds are going to have to really prove that they can handle when they start facing the more offensively skilled teams that like to push the puck.
Yep.
It's a battle of which team can succeed more when it comes to pushing the pace.
Yeah, and then they just showed offensive zone time, and the Canucks had like almost 12 minutes, and the Predators had like 8 minutes.
And the Predators have 11 shots on goal, and we're at 17 minutes left in the third period.
That's a little weird.
I mean, that's
not like them,
very
actually.
strange. It's not. And give credit to the Canucks. They played a really good defensive game. I mean, to hold any team to 11 shots. And the thing of it is, let's not overlook the fact that the Predators have held the Canucks to 19 shots on goal.
Yeah. Max says, haha, thanks, guys. Who was the favorite to win before the game? I would say Nashville.
I would call it it was the FanDuel and DraftKings odds were very even. Very even. It was very much a toss-up type of game.
I wouldn't bet on this game.
Very much of a toss-up.
I don't bet, so.
Yeah, but it was definitely a close toss-up matchup. You're talking about two teams that are kind of in the same pecking order when it comes to the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They just showed warm-ups for the Vegas game. That looks like a fun place to go watch a hockey game.
Oh, for sure. Definitely a bucket list.
They put on a good show.
So Vegas became the first ever 6-0 team as a Stanley Cup defender.
Really?
Not sure if you saw that. Yeah, first team in NHL history.
I did not.
To be a defending Cup champion. When you're talking about the Central Division right now, is there any teams that are kind of surprising you, Rich? I think that the Coyotes have looked really, really good.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And if you remember, Rich, I did say that they're my dark horse wild card team.
I totally remember that.
And Clayton Keller is looking really good. They got some really good goaltending. Connor Ingram has looked really good for them in his 2 starts.
Yep.
Vejmelka has looked really good for them as well.
Yep.
So they have a really good goalie duo. They have Clayton Keller, who's one of the best offensive players, young offensive players in the game. So,
yeah,
I'm feeling really good about the Coyotes.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see that.
Mullet Arena. You want to do a road trip to Mullet Arena, Rich?
It would actually probably be really fun.
It would be fun.
I mean, it'd probably be amazing to watch, to be that close.
Yeah.
You'll never.
They're gonna be there for not just this season.
Oh, it'll probably be a while.
My microphone is already given out.
I've never been. The closest I've ever been in a game, my brother and I went to a Capitals game. They played New Jersey, and we were like 5 rows away from the glass.
Mike Twitter says he has his ticket for Mullet Arena in March.
That's cool. Max says in Australia, rugby league is really popular. That's basically all I watch. National Rugby League is hosting a couple of games in Vegas to kick off next season. Rugby is – you ever watch that?
Yes, that's a whole nother level of toughness.
Holy – yes. Dude, I saw a picture one time of dudes playing rugby, and this guy had this guy's eyeball hooked like while they were going for a scrum. I swear, he had like up to the knuckle in this dude's eyeball. It was crazy.
Yeah, rugby is no joke.
Yeah, it's very rough, and they don't wear much
They don't wear hardly any pads.
Pads. I think they wear like shin pads or something, but that's about it.
And when I watch rugby, I don't know what they're trying to do. I just see a bunch of guys just like scrumming on each other.
Yeah. I don't know if I like that.
I mean, it's got a part of.
I don't think I like how you said that.
It's got a football element to it. It's got a football element to it. They're trying to get the ball to a certain spot, but yeah.
Yeah. And they always like dive.
So it only took us 206 episodes to talk about rugby.
Oh yeah, I never have.
And Max is already watching from Australia, thinking, "Oh my God, I got so much to teach these guys."
Yeah.
All Max from Australia can hear right now is Chad just said a bunch of guys scrumming on each other.
And that sounded kind of dirty.
Let's get back to hockey.
Yeah. Predators.
But thank you, Max, so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the land from down under. And I really do want to get to Australia. Is
it like noon there?
Australia and New Zealand. I hear that if you can like carve out 3 weeks of vacation time, you can do New Zealand and Australia, maybe even a month, really. You can do New Zealand and Australia back to back, because they say if you're going to go to Australia, you might as well go to New Zealand too.
Yeah.
Max, if you're still watching right now, give us some tips on travel. Give us some travel tips, because that's all I hear. If you're traveling from the United States and you're going to go to Australia, you might as well make the trip to New Zealand as well.
Yep, for sure.
Max, I need your travel tips. I would love to go to Australia and New Zealand. All right. What are we at? 12 minutes left? Rich?
Oh, gosh. Ooh. Soros decided to Max said it's 2:17 p.m. in Sydney.
Tomorrow, the next day.
Tomorrow, yeah.
He's in the future. Max is coming to us from the future.
Oh, man. It's like a movie.
I actually just watched. Oh, is that what you were talking about? That was a close goal by the Canucks.
Yeah, where he should have covered it, but
I actually just watched Back to the Future, no joke, last night.
It's such a good movie.
Part 2 and Part 3, actually.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. I've never seen Part 3. Is that the Western?
That's when they go to the Old West. That's a good one.
I've only seen the first 2.
Oh my God.
I gave up on it, man. I really didn't even like the second one. I mean, it was okay.
You didn't like how old Biff stole this time machine?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but not as much as the first one.
I mean, old Biff steals the time machine. They have to go back and fix everything. It makes your head
hands off of her, Biff.
There's 2 Martys and 2 Emmett Browns running around at the same time. It makes your head hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a fun movie. So Max is joining us from the future right now in Sydney. He is at 2:17 p.m. tomorrow. 2:17 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Max, can you tell us who wins this game right now, since you're in the future? We'd really like to know.
How does that work? You got anything I can bet on, Max?
Okay. Well, hey, that's a Back to the Future reference.
I know, right?
It's the Sports Almanac.
The Sports Almanac, yeah.
You can't tell me you wouldn't have taken the Sports Almanac, Rich.
Oh, I would have probably.
You're a stand-up dude, but let's be honest here.
It's super dishonest, but
I would have taken the Sports Almanac to see if the Predators are going to win a Stanley Cup in the next 20 years.
How disappointing would you be if that happened and they did not win one?
If I got a Sports Almanac that told me the future of the next 20 years and the Predators still didn't have a Stanley Cup, I would be extremely disappointed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be hard to swallow.
That would be brutal. That would be tough. It would be like the Blues, St. Louis Blues. What was theirs, like 50 years or something crazy? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the broadcast is giving a lot of love to video coach Lawrence Filoni
For what?
for doing the coaches challenge against the Rangers that did the coaches challenge on offsides that called back that Rangers goal.
Yep.
That was a big turning point in that game.
It was. Oh my gosh, just get in the net. Go to your home.
I mean, the fact that the Predators are still in this game with only 12 shots on goal is kind of a mini
If
miracle.
they pull this off and they have under 20 shots, that would be amazing.
I mean, I'm behind you right now on the broadcast, but I'm seeing the Predators get some zone time. They're starting to they're kind of trying to push the Canucks back on their heels a little bit. I mean, you've got 11 minutes of game clock to work with here, so you've got plenty of time to stay with your game plan. Don't cheat too much to the point where you give the Canucks a chance to counterattack too easily.
Yeah.
It's not any time to really break your overall game plan at all, you know?
Max said, Predators come back for the win in a shootout at the end. Do they even have shootouts? Yes, unfortunately, they do have shootouts.
All right,
but
so if the Predators end up winning in a shootout in this game, I'm going to, have to get Max's information, and I'm going to take some bets tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Bet on some rugby.
So Predators win in the shootout. That's what Max is telling us from Australia.
They do have shootouts, Max, but only during the regular season.
Yes.
In the playoffs, they just go until somebody wins.
And sometimes they can go way late in the night.
Yeah, what was the
lucky for us, we don't have to worry about that tonight.
What was that Tampa Bay game during COVID?
That was against Columbus.
5? Yeah,
Columbus.
It wound up being 6 periods or something.
It was definitely I want to say it was at least 4. But it was Tampa and Columbus.
Yeah. And they said oh, Jeremy Swayman just got a shutout. Look at him.
I mean, that goalie duo for Boston is so ridiculous.
It's probably the best.
To have Swayman and Ullmark is just not even fair.
I would really say it's probably the best tandem.
We can't even say if the Predators have a good tandem because poor Kevin Lankman just sits there.
Yeah,
that poor guy.
One day.
That poor guy is should I just make my Christmas plans now?
Yeah, right.
Maybe I'll get to play in 2024.
Saros is having trouble with puck, not being able to control the puck.
No, he hasn't been extremely sharp tonight.
It's bouncing off his pads and oh man, just come on, guys.
I mean, you're ahead of me right now, but I'm seeing the Predators get zone time.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen you celebrate with a goal yet, so I know they're not going to score just yet. But they're definitely finding zone time right now.
They are. There's 8 minutes left. 8:04. I just went to commercial.
And you just have to keep plugging away. I mean, it's what you got to do at this point. I mean, 13 shots on goal. I mean, they're lucky to be in this game right now. They really are.
They sure are. Absolutely.
Yeah, so 8 minutes left.
Johnny said the Diamondbacks just won the pennant.
The pennant means you won.
Is that the national?
You won the National League. So it's going to be – so our World Series is going to be Diamondbacks and Texas Rangers. Just what everyone had predicted in the preseason.
What do they do? They best of 7?
Yeah, it's best of 7, yeah. So the Rangers have never won a World Series. I think the Diamondbacks have only won 1. So
interesting.
A lot of people hate the Phillies because the Philadelphia fans are so insufferable. So I think a lot of people are happy
Alright,
about. I think a lot of people are happy about the conclusion of that series.
yeah.
Which I'm Philly born. I think you guys know that. I was born in Philly, so
I did.
Nashville.
How old were you when you moved?
I grew up in Nashville, but I was born in Philly. Went to a lot of Phillies games as a kid, actually. But
so you remember it?
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, we are 2 hours and a half into this watch. Rich is like gonna watch it. Rich is gonna fall asleep behind the mic. All right, let's see if the Predators can tie this up, and then we'll have to be up even longer. We can't leave you this. We can't leave.
No, I mean there's only 8 minutes left.
Possibly and for all of our listeners who have to go on a road trip tomorrow, you're gonna be set.
Oh, this is perfect.
I mean, if you gotta go on a 3-hour drive somewhere tomorrow, you can listen to our lovely voices talk about this game and the Frozen Frenzy
and all the other stuff.
How do you think the Frozen Frenzy's been good overall, though?
Yeah. I agree with what you said earlier, though, about how
a Tuesday is a weird time, and a Tuesday.
I mean, if they ever did this again, which they should, and they did it on a Saturday, dude, I would totally just sit and watch hockey all day.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure. Like
especially if they gave people plenty of time to plan for it.
Yeah. Because like I remember, oh gosh, so close. I remember when the playoffs happened during COVID. Remember, and they started showing games like at noon, and they just played hockey all day. Like I just sat and watched it all day because it couldn't go anywhere. So if they did that again, that would be pretty cool.
Man, the Predators are getting so much zone time here.
Finally.
I mean, they just gotta they gotta take some chances here. They gotta like really. I mean, they got the Canucks on their heels a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they just forced an icing on the Canucks. So, I mean, you got 7 minutes left, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the Canucks here. Some other updates on the scores here in the Frozen Frenzy. The Wild are up on the Oilers 5-4 with a little over 5 minutes left in the third period. So that's a pretty big development there. The Oilers, I mean, yeah, they whooped the Predators that one game, but the Oilers have not been very good.
Yeah. They haven't. They've only won like 2 games or something, I think. I don't remember.
The Rangers have taken control, and they're up 3-1 over the Flames, and the Kings are up 3-1 at the first intermission over the Coyotes. So 4 goals scored combined in the first period between Coyotes and Kings.
Predators are on the power play.
There you go.
Max is asking what's zone time.
So zone time, what I'm referring to there, Max, is just so hockey is all about battling for possession in one team zone. So theoretically, the more zone time you get in the other team's zone, the better chance you have of eventually scoring. Yeah. So for the Predators, what they're doing right now is they're getting a lot of time in the Canucks zone, which hopefully will lead to a better chance of scoring a goal.
Yep. And then he follows up with, what is a power play?
Oh, wow. We got Hockey 101 tonight.
Yep. So power play, when the other team commits a penalty, the player who committed the penalty goes to the penalty box. So that means that team only has 4 players and the other team has 5, but sometimes it can be a 5-on-3. It can be a 4-on-4 if a player from each team got kicked out. That's not really a power play, but anytime when the team has a 1 or 2 man advantage, it's a power play.
Yep.
And the power, they're usually like 2 minutes, but then there's also like 5-minute ones for fighting or just different, like what are those called?
Majors.
Majors, yeah. And then if a player gets hit in the face with a stick, it's a penalty on the player who hit him for 2 minutes. But if there's any blood, it's a 4-minute penalty, which is kind of crazy.
Max says in rugby, they go to the sin bin.
Yeah, that's what they call it here too. Oh my gosh, they're so close to scoring. Oh, they're up to 16 shots. What do you know? Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm like really into this power play right now. Like they're trying to get set up right now.
If they oh dang. Well, that power play's over.
That was a good chance for them to tie this game up. They're starting to run out of time. They're starting to run out of time now.
Yep.
We've been saying all game, there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. But
yeah, you're about a minute and a half from pulling Saros.
Wow. To close out that power play, they had a good chance there
They did.
for Juuso Parssinen.
Mm-hmm.
Man. We need to see the replay on that. I feel like that was – what is this? Another penalty? Is that on the Predators?
I don't know.
No. Another power play.
Oh.
How'd you miss that?
Well, I turned my head to look at something and it went to commercial. Sweet.
I think he penalized – I think he pulled the stick on Parssinen. I think that's the reason why he didn't score that goal.
Oh, is he the one who fell down? It was Parssinen that fell down? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Good.
And Parssinen was visibly upset about it too. So he might have saved the goal. But so you got like 4 minutes and 40-something seconds left. Predators get another power play.
I'll take it.
Golden Knights are already up on the Flyers 1-0. We're getting late into the night on this frozen frenzy.
4 minutes left in the Oilers Wild game. 6-4 Wild.
Told you earlier about DraftKings promo code THPN for the NFL offer this week. $200 in free bonus bets. All you got to do is lay down $5 on any game this week to score $200 instantly in bonus bets at DraftKings Sportsbook with our promo code THPN. Coming down to the nitty-gritty of this marathon episode 206. Been a while.
It has
since
been a while.
We've done this.
It has, absolutely.
But we're here for you. We don't do these watch-alongs very often, a few times a season, because it does take a lot out of us.
It does.
But everything was lined up perfectly tonight.
Especially
this live episode.
To overtime.
Especially when it goes to overtime.
You're like, oh my gosh, because there's an intermission.
Rich is way ahead of me right now, so I'll have to watch his facial expression if the Predators score.
I'm going to try to keep it.
But it's another power play for the Predators.
Mike Twitter says watch-alongs are king. They are pretty fun.
So, yeah, they called it cross-checking on the Canucks there. So, Yossi's carrying it through here. And there you go there. I think I lost Rich. Oh. There you have it. So we have a minute 24 seconds left on the Predators power play in this watch-along episode 206. I think we've lost Rich. Rich is gone. He's frozen. Couldn't make it till the end. So you're stuck with me the rest of the way. I got 4 minutes left here on my end of Predators Canucks live watch along. They're on the power play here. This is a game that honestly, if you could pull this out and make it a 3-game winning streak, it would be just a really huge accomplishment for this team who just got back to 500. They're 3-3-0 right now. And the Canucks are not an easy team to take out. And this has not been an easy game by any means for this Predators team. They've only got 17 shots on goal. And they've got this another power play chance. And they're banging away. And they're trying to get the pucks through. But the Canucks, to their credit, have a really good penalty kill going tonight. And, I mean, the Predators, they're battling it right now. I mean, they really are. They're struggling. They've still got 35 seconds left on this power play. I'm seeing a lot of frustration on the faces of these Predators players right now because it's not been an easy game offensively for this team. It has not been an easy game. Johnny says on YouTube, we needed one of those to go in, disappointing. And it looks like Luke Evangelista has gone to the penalty box to wipe out the rest of that Predators power play. He goes for interference. That is a backbreaker, folks. There's only a little over 3 minutes left in regulation. And to wipe out the rest of that power play when the team was getting a lot of time in the zone, that really hurts. So you're at 4-on-4, and then the Canucks are going to get a power play to wind out this game. It really puts a damper in your comeback chances here because once this 4-on-4 expires, you're going to have about a little over 2.5 minutes to kill on a penalty. And it's not going to be easy for the Predators to find a way to score now. This has been one of those games where the offense has just really been stalemated a little bit. And the Canucks, listen, everybody, the Canucks are a really good team. I think we realized that watching them tonight. We really do. We realize them tonight. They're a good team. They're on the power play now, and they're gonna be very cautious here with this power play. They can kill a lot of clock here. If the Predators kill this penalty, they're gonna have around a minute and some spare change to try to pull the goaltender, pull Saros, and try to get the equalizer. And that's if they kill this Canucks power play that's around 50 seconds left. So, I mean, this would be the comebacks of all comebacks if the Predators can pull this off. But it's been a rough go tonight for the most part. I mean, that goal from Sherwood was pretty. The goal from Sherwood was really nice. But for the most part, this has been a really, really tough night. Colton Sissons also had a goal tonight to score his 4th of the year. If the Predators cannot pull out this win, then they will fall to 3-4-0 on the season, and the Canucks will move to 4-2-0 on the season. A minute and a half left. Looks like the Predators will kill this Vancouver power play. And then they're going to have to pull the goaltender. Saros is about to skate out of the crease. And you've got a little over a minute left now. You've got a little over a minute to make this happen.
Stupid internet.
What happened to your internet, bro?
It went out. It went out.
Hey, it happens to the best of them. We got a minute and 7 left, man.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to get it back on. The
fun of live episodes, Rich.
I know, right?
So we got Andrew Burnett. He's got the clipboard. He doesn't look happy. He's drawn up a play. You got a minute 7 left.
Stupid Spectrum.
Oh, I got Spectrum too.
All
right.
It's like me for my password.
We've got a huddle on the Predators. You don't see timeouts in hockey very often, right?
No.
But we got a timeout right now. The Predators have called a timeout. They've got a minute 7 left. If there's a time to call a timeout, it's right now. Mike Twitter says you look rejuvenated.
I look angry. I was like, why did this? I mean, it just totally shut off.
All right. Here we go.
All right, I'm back.
This would be a heck of a comeback here. I mean, they gotta win it. They gotta win this face-off first and foremost. All right, they win the face-off. They got to get puck possession now. Minute left. Saros has been pulled. Net's empty.
Come on, boys.
So I mean, so far it started the way you want it. Can't be giving up the puck like that. That's going to be an empty net goal.
Nope.
Wow, he missed that? How did he miss that?
He's probably embarrassed. Could have put this game away.
Oh, my gosh. They're having a hard time getting the zone now. There's only 20 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope. And another miss.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
That's game, right? Yeah. That's
Yep.
game.
Oh.
All right, guys.
You know what? It could have been worse.
That's a tough. I mean,
a tough loss, but
what did we say though? That first goal the Canucks scored right to open the game.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah,
that's the one you want back.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
that's the one you want back. All right, that's gonna be a wrap on our marathon episode. Watch along. Predators versus the Canucks. The Canucks win 3-2. The Predators had a really difficult time finding their offense, and they were very, very fortunate to even be in the game that late. I'm going to call it right how I see it. But they still had a chance to win it. They couldn't get it there at the end. Canucks are a legit team. Tip my cap to them.
Yeah.
Very early in the season, but the Predators now fall to 3-4-0 on the season. We're going to bow out here for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
For this live watch-along episode 206. This has been your host, Chad Minton and Rich Howe. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one.